You are listening to another Third Coast Nerds podcast. I became self-aware a long time ago. I'm just really, really lazy.
There are some outliers.
Was there an A in there?
Yeah, I was wondering. I was wondering if it was going to go a different direction.
Yeah.
What, like Canadian A?
Yeah. No, like it's like I became self-aware a long time ago.
Long time ago.
I became self-aware a long time ago.
I'm sure it's in there.
But just the way the robot voice goes.
Yeah, the speed of the whole thing. It just it kind of wears out.
I had a problem with my T's when I was young.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Hey, Neil, what's that?
I pronounced my T FR for some reason. Yeah. So trucks were amazing when I was young.
Yeah.
No, just F's. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd
my
have,
TR was an F.
Okay.
So you'd have my uncle point at a truck and be like, "Hey, Neil, what's that?" That's a fuck. And then it'd be an 18-wheeler be like, "Hey, Neil, what's that?" That's a big fuck.
On our way to church on Sunday morning. So.
There's no better time to do it.
No.
You're going to the building that forgives you for those things.
Right.
Get them out of the way.
I just wish that would have kept up when I was old and couldn't have remembered it.
It was just funny sitting there while everyone was singing songs, and I'm watching the slap mark like go away on my uncle's face. So it's red, it's a little less red. By the time we sit down, he's scratching it a little bit less, and you can barely tell it's a hand. It looks like maybe it was a little kid, but no, it's my mom.
It's like the Hot Wheels color change cars.
Yeah.
Ooh, the body glove shirt.
Yeah. Hypercolor and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Those were awesome.
They did something recently with the Hypercolor. The car. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
They did the Hypercolor car, which looks pretty good.
I had the sweatshirt that quickly after like 3 washes stopped hypercoloring altogether.
No,
did you get the hyper release soap?
I don't know what it is. I just know it stopped working.
No, my shirt lasted for a while. Because
What kind of soap did you use? Were you poor?
no, I used Tide.
What do you use?
I don't know.
My family.
know why.
My family is straight
I
up
was
like
6.
brand name
Start with
stuff.
a P and end with
we
an
got
X.
Tide. Me now, I'm like all about Arm & Hammer though.
Arm & Hammer?
Yeah, I love Arm & Hammer.
I use Tide, but the Febreze smells good.
Yeah,
Febreze.
lavender is the one I go with.
Spring and something is
No,
good
Arm
stuff.
& Hammer. Arm & Hammer smells
On the hammer?
really good. Yeah. Yeah.
I just no.
Is that so you always have like a hammer around to beat someone with?
When I lay down the hammer.
When you lay down the hammer? Yeah.
It's just
In every aspect of his life.
Yeah, exactly.
and all I see is just a cute little Pikachu.
So when you do your laundry, is it hammer time?
It is hammer. Yeah.
It takes you like an hour and a half to get it loaded in the washer because you keep doing the typewriter.
Are always in the way. Can't touch this.
Yeah. No, body glove though. Back to body glove. Man, I used to have my shirt was yellow, and then when you slapped it, it was just like a dirty pink. So it was pink a lot.
Wait,
So you had a shirt that was the same colors you're wearing right now, pink and yellow.
Yeah, actually, yes.
But is that a dirty pink?
No, this is not a dirty pink. This is clean, straight clean.
That's almost salmon.
It is actually. That's
It's not orange
It's
enough to
funny
be
when
salmon.
I bought this shirt. Okay, so we were at the store.
I think an Arm & Hammer beat the salmon
Yeah,
out of it.
Narissa's with me at the
I just want to
the
clarify,
shop.
we got a table with 5 dudes trying to define, like, we just actually use salmon as a color. And he's wearing a Pokemon hat. We're off to a fantastic start. I think the only person that might be winning is Mike because he hasn't said anything yet.
Oh, but he's also the only one that's ever seen Pokemon. Just throw that out there.
We'll visit that. So about the shirt.
The story.
This shirt is
going
coming
to
out.
happen.
Okay, so I'm at the store, and Narissa's like, "Hey, you're gonna look good in this shirt." So she just throws it to me, and so I'm standing there. She's like going through other shirts. Another couple comes in, and his girlfriend does the same thing.
Same shirt?
Same shirt. She's like, "Oh, you're gonna look so good," and he's like, "I don't wear pink." And then she turns around. It's salmon.
Nice.
So yeah, it's salmon actually. So it's a pink though.
Apparently, we need to all the shirts we need to make them in pink.
No, it's
so
salmon.
the women make all the guys wear them.
I'm down. I like pink though.
I think we need to make it in salmon so they have that argument.
I like pink because it like brings out the colors in my eyes.
Is it Ma'i or Ahi that's darker?
Ahi.
That's the color shirt I want.
We'll do it a half decimal Pantone shade different. Okay. Just have 2 different lines going.
Nice.
No, I think if you're going to really call it salmon, it has to be pinstriped, and they're like ivory pinstripes. So it's like bones.
All right, let's go. Let's talk about Pokemon because I was saying that earlier.
I don't like the direction this podcast is going.
Me, Kyle, we all got this.
It was
this
so much better when it was just the 3 of us.
Right.
Now we got people hijacking.
I know, right?
Talking about Pokemon.
Pink shirt.
Well, no, I mean, like I said, I'm really old. So, and Kyle asked me, he's like, "Hey, did you watch Pokemon?" I'm like, "Actually, no. I was going to bring this up since most of you guys now. I didn't know Mike was going to be here. Are younger than me, so I would figure, when you guys came home from after school, in like elementary
we went to
school.
after school care.
Oh, okay. So then they did have Pokemon on then.
No, we had no TVs because the church
No,
didn't have TVs.
you had VeggieTales and
Oh, what was the cowboy one?
yeah. Oh, Gospel Bill.
Gospel Bill. Yeah.
Did you guys not watch Adventures of Odyssey or in Odyssey or something like that?
Wasn't that Greek? We were Christian.
No, it's a Christian story thing.
I don't remember.
But
much.
anyways.
I remember the land of time. I remember there were dinosaurs. We watched a lot.
Land of the Lost?
Land of the Lost.
Land of Time.
I don't even remember now.
Land Before Time.
Land Before
Time, yeah.
There's like 9 of those now.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember there were 2, and the second one was not as good as the first one.
Neither
I did
is-
not live up to
Well, no, none of them are good as the first one.
Yeah.
it. Yeah. But
So
we
anyways.
watched a lot of that.
I didn't watch
They've made
Pokemon.
like 18 of them. So pick one.
Did you guys watch Pokemon?
I didn't. No, as a kid, it wasn't
I've never
around.
seen an episode.
It wasn't around when I was a kid.
Okay.
I caught portions
Well,
of
yeah,
it.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I caught portions of it because it was like the lead into Animaniacs. So by the time I got home, there was like 10
Animaniacs
minutes.
was still playing during Pokemon?
As far as I remember.
I only remember that they
Animaniacs
throw
is
these
probably
things
still
and
playing
then
somewhere
stuff
right now.
attacks each other, and I only
Well,
just
I
commercials.
played the Pokemon Game Boy
Yeah.
games, so I know about Pokemon.
I didn't watch a full episode until I saw that it gave some dude seizures. So then it became like
That'd be awesome. That's when I would get into it. I'll be like, oh, I gotta watch this now. See what happens.
because it became like an M. Night Shyamalan test, and I was like, I'm squinting, kind of looking at it. I was like, if I open my eyes full, is that the full-on seizure, or can I just like half mask the eyeballs and I can just
tape the eyelids open
Just tape
and
them.
just sit there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna do Clockwork Orange.
It helps you
Pokemon.
restrain yourself. You got to be in the right mindset to watch the show, not for the seizure.
We got to do it a Clockwork Pokemon style.
So what else you got about Pokemon? I know you ain't done
No,
yet.
that's it.
That was-
I mean, I wanted to know
that
if
was
any of you guys
horrible.
watched it. Apparently, you guys didn't, which is kind of weird because you guys are of that generation.
No,
that's
Pokemon
age-
generation?
That's
That age
after.
group.
That's after.
Yeah, because I watched it with my son. That's why I watched it.
Yeah, that like
His son's like a lot younger than us.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
like decades.
Wait, aren't you?
Wait, how
would
old
you
are
guys
you?
be the Power Ranger group?
The Power Ranger movie came out when I was in junior high. So they
then that
they were in
means, like-
elementary.
Yeah. So Kyle, you were a Power Ranger guy.
we weren't allowed to watch Power Rangers.
Unless, of course, my mom was getting paid for us to watch
Yeah.
the Power
If
Rangers.
you don't mind announcing to the public and to me, because I haven't paid attention, how old are you?
36.
36. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because like you're making it sound like you're like 45.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I was about to say
I'm
like
old.
that black part ablation is like really.
Well, I mean, it's like
keeping
once,
you
right?
once high
man.
school.
So did Pokemon come on before or after Sanford and Son?
No, I'm saying because like I didn't watch TV like in the mid '90s, so
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what was coming on then. Because all I did was play.
We played a
basketball
lot
at
of
the time.
Civ.
21 Jump Street and Knight Rider.
Yeah.
That was pretty much the 90s, the beginning of the 90s for me.
Okay, beginning of the '90s.
Yeah.
I remember 21 Jump Street.
And then by the mid 90s, no one watched TV anymore.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live was about dead, and we went to Blockbuster Video like twice a week and bought their $5 VHS.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone watched.
So, and then like if you were homesick, you watched Saved by the Bell and Knight Rider because
Yeah.
they played in the middle of the day. And then Judge Judy came on, you went to sleep.
Yeah, same with
Holy
Mama's
snap.
Family. Mama's Family.
Judge Judy's been around.
Beverly
that long?
Hillbillies.
Mama's Family. Hell
Money
yeah.
too.
Hell yeah. No one has mentioned it. I have the entire show right on my Plex.
No, we've
I
talked
freaking
about
love it.
What show?
Mama's Family.
I hated that show.
No,
I'll get the hell out
Do
of
you
here.
hate it more than you hate MASH?
Yes, actually, I do. I really hate that show. No, I mean I'm thinking about it. I hate that show. Yeah.
Did you like the one with the 3 old people? The 3 old women?
Golden Girls.
Golden
Golden Girls.
No.
Okay.
No.
He likes women.
And apparently they were
There's
all,
an age limit. I was more designer women.
I'm fairly certain we've had this talk.
Yeah.
So
And everyone at the
designing
table
women
would probably go with the remaining Golden Girls.
Delta Burke.
Just to be on that list.
I was wondering if you did that intentionally or not. Like, what? Because you were like, I was more like into designer women. I was like, designing women? Delta Burke?
yeah,
For real?
Delta Burke. Yeah.
Oh, there was the Murphy person, too.
It was the she was
Murphy
the
Brown.
girl.
Brown. Yeah.
Actually, no, I think he was the one that said no to the question that you had about the Golden Girls.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
and we
pretty
were
sure it
all
was no.
surprised because everyone's like, yeah, I'd be on that list. And Ed's like, no.
Oh yeah, you said Betty White. No.
Yeah.
No. Nah. Not gonna happen. Mike. Betty White.
Seriously, I have to think about it.
Wow, really?
It's
For everybody
Betty
else,
White.
it was a pretty quick answer. I mean, mine was a very fast no. Everybody else was like, yeah.
I'm not going to get her name tattooed on me anywhere. But, you know, when I'm that age, be like 165 years ago, a woman was born that I had sex with when I was 35.
Wow.
Yeah, just think of that story.
I mean, I would like her to be my grandmother. That'd be awesome. But
You just want Werther's Originals.
I like Werther's Originals.
They are good.
Butterscotch candies too. I love butterscotch. You know, I don't know.
But it's like,
And he's the one that wouldn't.
there's that association in your head. I can see you going to Walgreens or something like that and seeing the bag there, and it's like, it didn't come from an old person. I can't.
Exactly.
You're handing them to like elderly people at the mall, and you're like, please
Drop
give this
it
to me.
Drop it back.
Give
You're
this
just
back.
throwing it off of them.
Give it. Here you go. Give it back.
I can see pelting some old man with workers like, it tastes so much
I give
better.
you two. You give me one. Give me two.
All you
give
got
me
to do
one.
is you got to give him one, let him put it in his mouth, and when it sticks to his denture, you're like, "Can I have the rest of those?" Thank you. And problem solved. You go in with a plan.
Oh, that was out. That's just,
Your arm's on the other side of you. Well, I mean, the mechanical arm. Your other arms are where they always are.
That's really weird.
Yeah, because usually when you're on
Did
the
it
other
just
side,
kick in?
Yeah, it just
Did
kicked
it just
in.
kick in?
It did. That's why I can see you.
Did I turn into a Picasso painting and somehow melted?
Well, this awkwardness went the wrong direction. I'm like used to the whole hand, and like I look into your eyes right here. But like if I do that, I'm between the two of you, and that's where you're. Yeah, right. Exactly. That works out much better.
Just gonna we're hanging out there.
Put this on your hand.
There we go. All right, so now we have our we have our sixth representative at the table. We're halfway to 12 Angry Men.
If his counts, we're at 7.
We're halfway to 12 Angry Men right now.
There we go.
It's like, how do you vote Pikachu? Damn it!
That
okay, I don't know what that means.
Guilty or not?
How if these were real, and this was at jury duty, how many people would get pissed off about foreigners at jury duty?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It's like, oh, we can't even build the wall. We got them coming from another planet now.
That one seems much happier than the one stretched around your big head. I'm just saying.
Man, that kind of hurts because I really don't know what it looks like on my head.
And that's why I said it.
And that makes me sad.
When you put it
Is
on,
it a sad
it went
Pikachu?
It looks like Pikachu hit a Chinese buffet and then went to Mexican food afterwards because Chinese didn't fill him up enough.
Well, you know, you're always hungry an hour later. So
Yeah.
he just headed that.
So now he's
off.
like,
I don't care. Peek.
I think he's trying to say your head is half Cartman, half Pikachu. We do need to get your Pikachu a Cartman hat.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Stack it.
we're gonna Inception characters on top of Ed's head.
That's cool. Do that.
Oh, yeah.
When I got that in my loot crate, though, I know what I'm doing for Halloween. I'm just going to go buy yellow clothes and put that on. Done.
And pack a taser. Because you
that
got to
a-
make the
is that a
experience
special
complete.
ability?
You got to
Do they carry weapons?
complete.
No, he
He
electric bolts.
shocks people.
Oh, so it's not a real weapon?
No,
No.
It's some made-up crap that comes out of their hands if they have them?
or tail.
No, I think
don't
he
know.
like
He builds it
like
up.
a static charge kind
Something
of thing.
like that.
He gets
So
all
what, he needs to
mad
get some
and starts
socks and
shaking
just
his
walk
head.
Is it a
around.
Pikachu that makes James Harden's beard grow on that one GIF after he drains that stuff? Is that what those are?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, I know
Or
exactly what you're talking
is he
about.
doing the Dragon Ball thing? I think
know.
he's
Yeah, that is Dragon
He's
Ball.
turning into a Dragon Ball.
Oh
Z.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He's turning into Super Saiyan.
Yeah, yeah. That's the only thing I know about those things.
Dragon Ball or anime?
That James Harden turns into one after scoring like 9 points in a minute.
So we're gonna go Super Saiyan.
Yeah, Super Saiyan.
okay.
That one was on when I was younger.
Ball Z?
Not too young. You guys were probably still at the parents' house.
But they had it wasn't in English.
that's right. You had to read it.
Yeah, and we were like,
Yeah, so just annoying sounds on the TV, and then you had to read. Was
and
why
we
that
still
didn't
had
do
one
so
of the,
well on
the like
Saturday mornings.
the tube fuzzy one, so you couldn't read half of it. So you're just like, I don't know. Next.
I like subtitles in my shows now.
Not when you have that
No.
TV. It's too fuzzy. You can't read it.
Weird.
We didn't have good TVs.
Yeah, no one did. There were tube TVs.
I grew up in a secular home, so we had a good TV.
My first TV was a black and white TV I stole from Neil.
Did you have to use a wrench to change channels?
Not when I had it.
I think it was a screwdriver.
When I had it, no. You could do it with a butter knife, though.
Yeah.
Mine was pliers.
Our TV, you had to get like Fox, you had to get it in between 26 and 27. you had to find like the little notch in between.
So you remember UHF and VHF?
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. I remember those first TVs. Used to spin that dial as quickly as
yeah.
possible.
Yes. That's why the knob broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ours was so huge. Ours was like the cabinet that had the
I thought that was the
player.
size of the knob.
Whoa, man. It's on the top of the TV, and you're just.
It's like you're in a submarine and someone just yelled at you to dive. You're like cranking it down. But
Like, it must be easy to find between 26 and 27 with that big of a dial.
yeah, we had the gigantic cabinet that had the record player and the giant
Right.
speakers.
Okay.
And I always try to find a way. Like from the time I was like 7, I tried to I came home and got murdered because I had the entire back of the TV off, and I was trying to find a way to wire the big speakers from the record player into the TV.
Nice.
It's like, dude, HBO, we have surround sound now. We got this old TV that's half black and white. Like, as it aged, like, colors just gave up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Red was the first to go. There's no red on the TV.
Wow. Yeah, I remember my dad opening up the big ass TV, and I think I was like 5 when he did it, and I remember seeing that big ass warning. Don't open.
Yeah.
And I started crying. I'm like, you're gonna kill yourself. My dad's like, shut the hell up. Like, no, Dad, no.
The TV was so big that when we moved out of that house, we just left it.
Those TVs scared me. You know, I mean,
we just had to
They killed people.
help
Yeah.
someone move, and they had one of
Little
the
people.
giant ones like we grew up with, like the ones that we inherited, which are like they have like the panels on the sides.
Yeah.
Like the little wood panel looking things.
Yeah.
So those things weigh like 400 or 500 pounds.
It was a piece of furniture.
Yeah. So they still had one, and I was like, me and Tony had to go load it in the truck, and I was like, you just want to leave it here and I'll buy you one? I can go buy you one the same size for like $150 at Best Buy. Like,
Oh, when Trev moved, he had a CRT TV in there that had to have weighed 200 pounds, and it wasn't that big of a TV. I mean, we're talking like maybe.
Well, yeah, 50
yeah,
inch.
my
Like,
tube,
no, it was,
my
it
tube
was a
TV
29.
that was like 37
Yeah.
inches weighed about 200 pounds.
Yeah,
I had one around here somewhere.
but it was like
mine was 65 inches, so
it was like a video editing.
Yeah.
Yours
It was
had
like
wheels, though, didn't it?
yeah.
It was like a video editing TV that had like 18 inputs for every color of the spectrum. It had a different input for it, and I think I named it Wilson or something like that. It's like we can't leave Wilson behind, and we can only move it like 10 feet at a time. It was like, God. Even with the dolly, you just any time you could get a good head of steam going and you could get like moving pretty fast. Anytime it met the slightest gap in the concrete, the whole thing just stopped.
Wow.
Oh, that'd be entertaining to watch.
And now
Yeah.
we just carry all our TVs around in our pockets, on our phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We kept walking back to the apartment and loading other stuff up, thinking somebody might take it.
If this is gone before it makes it to my truck, it's okay.
People are like, nah, dog.
We ain't gonna get that far.
No.
I live upstairs. Screw that.
So fall TV shows are starting up.
Yeah, I actually caught the part till the first commercial break of Heroes at the house.
Oh, that's tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Good Lord. Yeah. It was explosive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what I got to find out is because apparently Charlie and Tony both watched like all of the other ones, so I got to find out through them if you can pick up on this new one without watching all of the old ones.
Yes.
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 All right, I'll give
Yes.
it a shot.
How about any of the old ones? Because I never got into Heroes.
Yes.
Yes, you can start fresh.
Because I got like
now
to
there
season
are
2
going to be
and
characters
dropped.
that come from the other one, but basically where this one picks up is however many years the show's not been on the air,
Which is why
it picks up that many years later. So there's going to be whatever would have happened in that 5-year, 6-year span. They've moved the storyline along and they're picking up from there on. So like the part I caught was completely new. A few of the characters were still there, obviously, but it's supposed to start in a new place. And they went dramatic with the first episode. There's a lot of narration and stuff like that, but you expect that. They're trying to add that epicness to it, you know. But it was done pretty well.
They've had a
see
lot
how
of
it-
examples of things that have been successful since then.
Yeah.
And now comics are all over TV, so it's kind of. I kind of felt they hit a little bit too soon. That first season was epic, but nothing had really laid that ground before.
Yeah.
And they just kind of hit their mark. A lot of TV shows have done that.
Well, we talked about it a few casts ago. We also the second season that was the writer's strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
kind of
and
really
then I
like
The
quit.
showrunner left, or
Yeah.
got fired, or whatever happened to him. I think they let him go, and they hired a different showrunner. But it was one of those things where there was like a different showrunner for each episode, and
Yeah,
it just
and-
had no continuity anymore.
They brought enough people back, and then I think some of you have watched Chuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's good.
Chuck is in it.
Oh. Is he
And
special?
he's involved in the intro part of the first like 5 minutes that I saw, and I think I'm really gonna like his character because he has a little bit of like almost a Jersey boy type accent. He's not funny, geeky. So like all the stereotypes you would have expect from geeks who drink and Chuck aren't a part of the character. Of course. 5 minutes tops, maybe 7 that I watch. I picked up a little more when I was putting shoes and stuff on, but like I'm looking forward to see him because even though we're all geeky and stuff, you don't like to see the same guy typecast and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You want
Yeah.
to see him kind of come out of it.
Yeah,
and
I want to watch it more now that I know he's not playing that role.
yeah, and you know it was a very short little
First
little
7 minutes at least.
span that I saw, but it did not feel to me like that was going to be traits in his character. So that's a plus for me. I always like seeing someone who was in something in the past.
Right.
We all do, and that show was a lot of fun. So I'm just glad he's getting work.
Yeah. No, I was too. Actually. I didn't know that.
I watched Blind Spot before coming over here, and
Could you see it?
So, what'd you think? Because I was not interested in it.
Oh man,
So-
if you could shoehorn just about every trope and every stereotype from every FBI show, every investigation show, everything from the Bourne series, if you diluted it down to everything that was stereotyping about the Bourne series, that's what the show is.
Yeah. So, I was right.
Yeah.
It's not worth watching.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah,
Because you're
I
like,
mean,
oh, of
it looked
course.
kind of interesting, like the tattoos and all that stuff. And then I was like, not really.
They didn't play. They didn't play the angles right on it because it just gives you.
Oh, that's the hot naked chick
Yeah, in the back.
with tattoos all over that
Yes.
shows up in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, Neil,
The
it is
born
that one.
backwards kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. But it hands everything to you because, of course, obviously, the answer was there the entire time, random tattoo. And then it's like, of course she knows how to speak this language that no one else in the FBI apparently knows how to speak. So, yeah, this one dude and her know how to talk this language, which is just basic Cantonese apparently, and that's the FBI's like, we don't have anybody here that can do it, and let's go ahead and take like the secret like icon that's
Google
holding this whole
Translate.
mystery together, and let's just go ahead and throw her in the middle of a firefight. She's a civilian, kind of, maybe. We don't know yet. And we're going to go ahead and put her behind this dude that can, like, just one dude, pew, pew, pew gun, is going to save the world and keep the mystery piece from dying.
Yeah.
It's just, it's that ongoing thing, like, of course she knows Kung Fu.
It's tattooed on her.
Yeah. It's like,
She has the manual.
yeah, she can just be like, there's Morpheus right here on the forum,
Yeah.
like,
I've
Which
downloaded
pill?
but it's like it's every stereotype. Like
Yeah.
she out of the blue just kicks someone's ass, and all of a sudden she's like, I know how to fight. Like, didn't see that coming.
it. Yeah, right.
Right.
Okay.
And it's like, how did you know I could take that shot? Really? It's like the first episode, and you're just like,
I've been standing behind you, and I saw that bullseye tattoo. I knew.
Oh, look, I'm financially sound. I've got $30,000 in savings too.
I don't know who I am. I can't remember the Beatles, but I
Yeah.
somehow know all of my rights.
Right.
as granted to me through this country, and I know the exact height of the Statue of Liberty. And it's like,
Did she actually know the exact height?
yeah, it was like,
I thought he
That
was
was
just
just
going
too specific to be random.
with Chad, you don't know, right?
if you could take up the scene from the diner in the first Bourne movie, where he's like, I know right now if I ran a half mile flat out, I could run a half mile flat out before my hands start shaking. Like, okay,
yeah.
All right.
like, okay, you did some calculations there, and okay, no, everything that happens, only this chick knows, and just hands it to the FBI, like just. I just remembered that. I just remembered that.
So they threw some white collar in there too. Then,
yeah, it's so. Yeah,
Well, that's kind of funny because
but it takes itself too seriously.
Oh, okay.
Like at least White Collar had some humor to it.
Yeah,
like
it's hilarious.
this one's, yeah, it is very proud of itself.
Well, I watched. Oh wow! I just went blank. Scream Queens.
Yeah, I was interested in that one. I haven't seen it yet.
It's very cheesy. I like
thought
it.
that
Which is what I was
today.
expecting. Yeah,
No, it came out on Tuesday.
Okay. It was replaying.
It was
today,
a
then.
2-hour premiere.
It was replaying when I left.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's good. I liked it. It has a really good cast. Jamie Lee Curtis actually steals the show,
yeah.
so she makes
You'd
it.
expect that.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, so I loved it. I liked
Did she
it.
dance?
No dancing, but she
Yet.
does kick a co-ed out of her bed.
Nah. Wait. Could be good.
Yeah, and she's awesome. She's smoking pot.
so is this reality show?
No,
Is it set in California or Colorado?
no, it's like Wisconsin or something. I don't know. It's like it's some like
It's just filmed in Colorado.
yeah, it's some
or
Midwest state
California.
somewhere. So
There's a lot of milk and cheese around.
No. I'm just saying it's like that small town Midwestern feel to it. It doesn't really tell us where it's at. I mean, it says the city. I just don't remember it
It's not a
because
real city.
I was too busy because of the eye candy that's on the show. So there's
That makes sense for you.
there was Ariana Grande. I don't know.
Is that a Starbucks drink?
I don't know what her name is, but the girl's cute.
Did she come in
She's
venti?
apparently a Disney
I like him
chick.
tall.
Or the 30, whatever size that new 30 crap is, Ed.
Trenty.
The Trenta?
Trenta.
That's not.
That's if you like curves.
so.
Trente Grande.
I want to see.
No.
Kyle go to Starbucks and try to order that now. Oh my god!
You don't want a Trente Grande. It means she's got a kid.
No.
Trentas. It's like you have a Trenta.
He's like, screw you, I'm going to drink out of my Trente cup. So you were saying?
So there was Ariana Grande. There was a chick from Glee.
What's the name of the show? Scream Queens?
Scream Queens. Yeah.
I'll get the... you talk, I'll find people.
There's going to be Leah Michelle is her name, I think it is.
What's the girl's name from American Horror Story?
Yeah.
I know she's in it.
Yeah, she's in it.
I only knew her and Jamie Lee.
Yeah.
I thought there was someone else from either Nip Tuck or...
Narissa was telling me that one of the girls was in a movie called Aquila and the Bee. Spelling bee? I don't know.
That rings a bell.
Is this a show that only Narissa watched?
Well, it was a movie. It was apparently a movie. So, yeah. So, and then there was the girl from, damn it, Sunshine State or something. I don't know.
Little Miss Sunshine?
There you go, Little Miss Sunshine. She grew up apparently.
Saved, right?
Because you're that or Garden State, but I didn't think it would be Garden State.
No. So yeah, yeah, it has a good cast though. It has one of the Jonas Brothers. I don't know which one because they all look alike to me. So, and then,
Yeah, you mentioned that it had a good cast, and then you mentioned a Jonas brother.
Yeah.
no, it's
The
actually
trailer looks like
it's
a scary
actually one
movie.
of the Jonas Brothers that actually can sing. So, I think he's like the popular one.
I haven't kept track of the
Is this
Jonas
a
Brothers,
comedy?
I'm sorry to say.
It's not.
Because I'm looking at it
Nick
and I
Jonas.
swear it's the same
There you go.
thing I saw
Nick Jonas,
for
he's the popular
Scary
one.
Movie.
I would think it would be
Ariana Grande, you were right. That is not a coffee. That is actually a woman's name.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the first result.
She's cute, man.
She's coming back, but apparently
Her name is Chanel number 2?
Yep. Yeah, they're named after. There's the lead like queen bee of the frat or sorority for girls. So her name is Chanel.
Chanel
and then
Oberlin?
she has her little minions. They're all called Chanel 2, Chanel 3, and Chanel 5. apparently Chanel 4 went crazy or something.
Of course. So
Yeah,
So
she's
5
on the
can't get
list.
bumped up to 4.
Nope. She's been named, labeled.
I mean, Minion 1 doesn't exist, but Minion 3 does. So we all know that the numbers don't immediately slide up.
Yeah, you don't get a promotion just because there's an open spot.
Yeah.
I'm not used to
gotta earn it.
yelling a number. I just say minion and just wait for someone to answer.
What's the name of the Chanel girl, the actress?
that is Emma Roberts.
Yeah, Emma Roberts.
She's the one from American Horror
Yeah.
Story, the blonde.
yeah, she's cute.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna let's see how the internet says, and
So far, from what I've read, the internet says the only thing worth watching is Limitless
oh yeah,
from the new cast of shows.
From this week.
From basically everything that's aired so far.
Yeah.
I heard good things about the Gotham.
Well, that's an established show. Nothing that's premiering this
Yeah.
year.
I don't really
seen
consider it
the first season
established.
yet.
It's season 2, and I didn't watch season 1.
It's on
Season
Netflix
1
now,
was
right?
awesome.
yeah, it just hit Netflix.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Sweet. I can watch it now.
So,
Well, it
but
was
I heard
also
this
on Chrisflix.
season was a little bit better.
Yeah, I only
than
watched the
last
first like
season
3
ended.
episodes because then it would get jumped.
The explanation that
I
I
watched
heard,
them all.
the explanation that I heard, the reason why everyone thinks it's so good, I guess the second season's kicking off a little bit better, is because they pretty much aped everything from the Suicide Squad trailer and shoved it into the first episode of the show.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like, we're just gonna make them do that because everyone seemed to respond really well to that.
Well, and this is supposed to be like the
Well, yeah,
season
this
of the
is
villains, or
villains,
something.
yeah.
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
And they've aged it a little bit. I think they seem to like they brought it forward, and it's a little less.
Yeah, because like
Well, I mean, it wasn't really kiddie for the first season, anyways.
Well, I mean, isn't this whole thing about the villains?
This season, yes,
yes, this season.
I thought the entire thing was.
it's like Rise of the
'Cause it
Villains.
kinda
or
like
something.
when I
Yeah,
first
something like that.
Because like
I
I
couldn't really
saw the
make
first
it-
3 episodes and I saw Bruce Wayne once.
No,
think.
Bruce Wayne he's in it pretty often. He's in
In the first 3 episodes? Because I like the Penguin.
no
Was really annoying.
Okay, you
Yeah.
said 3 episodes. I'm talking about a whole season. So about 23
everything
episodes.
I saw from the show, it threw me off because it was like Saved by the Bell went to Gotham, and I was like, I can't really take these
No,
people
man.
seriously.
There was no Kelly. No Kelly.
There was no Screech.
Nah.
Actually, there was a Kelly.
Screech.
There was a Kelly.
Who was the Kelly?
Who showed up towards the end of season 1?
Oh,
Marina Baccarat.
Baccarat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Uh-huh.
Kelly did show up.
She just showed up late.
Yeah. Wow.
Was she saved by the bell?
Oh, yeah.
No,
That-
I don't see
Those words
the
you just
Saved by the Bell.
expelled, it was like the sound that his hat makes.
Nah, I didn't see the Saved by the Bell aspect of it. I enjoyed. It took me a while to get into it. It took me, I think, probably about the 4th or 5th episode for me to get into Gotham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But after that,
Because that's about how long I gave it, because it seemed every time, even though I was watching it without commercials, I knew where the cuts were coming because it would always end with some sort of cheesy delivery.
Yeah.
That was like, and it was like, and then it would just cut. It was like, oh, I know where that break came in, and all of a sudden, it's like 2 minutes later, you're supposed to like not care that cheesy shit just happened.
Yeah.
yeah, no, it fixes itself. I think I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good.
But it took you 4 episodes?
4 or 5 episodes. yeah.
Okay.
I just
So
couldn't.
I
I,
had to,
I
like,
couldn't
stomach
sit
a couple
through.
Make
more.
it a baker's dozen just to be safe.
I couldn't.
I mean,
sit
yeah.
through-
Watch half the season because once
Well, I mean, how
Morena
long did it
shows
take
up.
for Shield to pick
Yeah,
up?
exactly.
Yeah.
Morena shows up on like I think episode 10 or 11. So
I honestly planned to watch season 1 before season 2 started, but then I started watching how many shows are on, and I have a lot of stuff to watch already.
there's a lot of
You have
shows.
to talk for it to
So-
work.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of shows coming out. The League came out, started again.
The League is fantastic, man.
I gotta
Freaking love that
catch
show.
up on
I
that.
love that show.
That show's
I have not
hilarious.
watched that show.
I have neither.
Taco making tacos.
Someone tried to get me to watch it. This was actually maybe it's been you a couple of years ago when it first came out.
I'm pretty sure it's me.
And I was like, I don't do fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
football
like,
or anything,
when I-
so no.
we-
And then I watched it and I was like, I don't care. I don't understand what they're talking about the fantasy sometimes.
I
but it's still
tried to
funny.
watch it. I tried to watch it 4 years ago. And I was like, this show's dumb. Then for some reason, like 6 months ago, me and Kenneth were just sitting around. We're like, oh, let's give League a try, and it was hilarious. So yeah, he's
So if you watched it without Kenneth, was it still funny?
yes,
Oh no,
Sometimes he can make things more entertaining than they really are.
all the time, all the
So-
time.
He
He could probably make me. He could probably make me like Gotham.
Yeah, more than likely.
Oh, See, I'm gonna have to watch Gotham eventually because of the Firefly connection. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
like it's kind of a rule.
There's also a connection from Dexter. now.
Yeah, like Dexter.
And they've
didn't
added a
even
couple
finish.
more people. They've added a guy from so a lot of the British shows.
Well,
He's in Grimm, I think, as one of the new guy running the show. If anyone's watching that,
I'm not watching Grimm.
I dropped out early on that.
Yeah, I
I
can.
want to see. I've seen him in like Lost Girl or one of those as well.
I haven't seen that one
I'm
either.
gonna have to look him up real quick.
I don't watch enough.
I need
of
to pick up
TV
on
stuff.
Lost Girl because
I saw about the first half of the first season.
Oh, Lost Girl.
Yeah.
Because I know you watch Lost Girl, right?
I am probably about 2 seasons behind, but I know what's going on the show.
Yeah, because I
Kristen?
only got to like
Yeah.
the 3rd or 4th episode.
I have
Well,
a comic book. That's about it.
I think she binged watched everything that's out for this season over the last few days.
Yeah.
So I've heard talks. Also, Dan at work has a huge thing for the McKinsey girl that was
Yeah.
at the con.
Yeah.
And so
She's cute, man. Shoot.
she's different now.
Yeah.
In the show because I watched one of the episodes or part of an episode yesterday, and she looks significantly different, but
Okay.
looks good on her.
You have Lost Girl's comic book? Or
Came in the loot crate.
Orphan Black is the one that came in the loot crate.
I had a Lost Girls one somewhere.
I'm pretty sure you don't.
I'll have to go through the pile behind
That's why I
you, but I'm
asked.
pretty sure that I will look and let you know.
Orphan Black is something I was trying to get into, but I haven't gotten past
Yeah,
the
that's the
first
same
episode.
thing.
Man, she didn't win the Emmy again.
Was she supposed to?
She is a better actress than most of the people up for the same award.
Still in the
We're
first
still
episode.
we're still in the process of fleshing out all the Mad Men shit. So somehow that was still in the running, and
And
won.
Mad Men didn't win what she won. Who was it?
Did Game of Thrones?
I think. Yeah, well, what's his name won? Peter Dinklage won for Game of Thrones. Mother's Mercy won as the best, I think, writing and something else. They won for casting. They won 11.
Who is this?
I thought there was 12.
That's Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
I
Because
think 12.
I think the last time they had this many wins was like West Wing.
What was the category? Lead actress
For lead actress.
Well, no, she's on loose to that one chick that's in How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah, no one watches that show. No one
I do.
cares. Yeah, you.
I watch it.
Frances
That show's
McDormand
awesome.
from Olive Kitteridge, one lead actress.
No.
So did y'all see the video of
Emmy?
Peter Dinklage
Oh, wait, what are-
spitting the
this
gum
is
back
Emmys,
into his
right?
wife's mouth?
They're different categories of lead
I
actors.
didn't actually watch
Yeah.
the Emmys.
I only watched that one
in a
clip.
drama or
Oh, the how to get away
I
with
know what you're
murder.
talking about, but I haven't watched
that
it
show's
yet.
awesome. I
So,
like
Neil,
that show.
when he won, his wife holds out her hand so he could spit out her gum. And he goes, no, and he brings her in close and spits it back in her mouth and goes and accepts the award.
That's awesome.
Reasons he's a badass.
Who put what in who now?
Well, Peter Dinklage, when he won his award, he was chewing gum. So they had, how the camera on him and everyone's like giving him a handshake at a seat and then he walks
Yeah.
up, right? Well, his wife puts her hand out like, give me your gum. And he's like, nope. And goes for him for another kiss and spits it in her mouth. And then goes and accepts his award.
So the guy's name I was trying to think of was James Frain. He's been in Gotham, True Detective, Orphan Black, Agent Carter,
he was in
Sleepy
Archer?
Hollow, Grimm,
Wow.
The White Queen.
Who?
Which The White Queen was actually a pretty good show if you haven't seen
I
that.
haven't even heard of it.
It's pretty cool.
What's the guy's name
It's
again?
a mini series. He was on The Mentalist,
I like The Mentalist,
Tron
yeah.
Evolution, Tron Legacy, CSI Miami, Leverage, Flash Forward.
Okay, so he's been on a lot of things I've watched.
Yeah.
I just don't know who this cat is.
Cal-
Probably just like a
Californication.
one episode guy.
The Tutors is the
Yeah.
first thing I saw him on.
I like that show.
So that's what I remember him. Well, I didn't remember. He was Thomas Cromwell on that. He was on Fringe. Like this dude's been
Fringe, too.
around.
Yeah.
He's actually on Empire, but that was a different one from 2005.
Is that the John Leguizamo Empire?
I think it was actually.
Let me see.
Here's James Frain.
Okay, yeah, I remember him. He looks like a bad guy though. In most
He plays a villain in a lot of things.
yeah, in most of the things he plays a bad guy. So
Okay. But yeah, he joined the cast of Gotham as well, which I like him. He's been in a lot of cool.
Wait, he was up for Wolverine, wasn't he?
Yes, I think he was. Yes. So yeah,
I know that guy.
we have a screen behind you, people on the YouTube.
Yeah.
So.
No, you have the answers, you two people, and we're pointing at you.
You said you like 6 times in 8 words.
And then
No and then. No and then.
Yeah, he turned down Wolverine to play in Mission Impossible 2.
yeah,
Wow.
that's right. He did. I remember that.
Big mistake.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, I just listed off 10 shows that I've seen, all 10 of them.
Yeah.
You've seen at least 6 of 10.
He was in reindeer
and
games?
the other ones here have been at least 5 to
even
6 of his
watched reindeer
things.
games.
So he's been pretty popular.
I haven't even watched Reindeer Games.
Really?
Really?
It was all right.
The Ben Affleck one?
Yeah, I heard bad things, so I just never tried.
You have to go through all the Affleck movies because they're just they're
good.
They're bad in a good way.
No, because then that would like make you watch Gigi or Jiggly.
haven't seen that either.
Jiggly.
Oh well, yeah. Skip the J-Lo duo movies, but like Changing Lanes. Come on, man.
I don't think I've actually seen that one.
Ben Affleck was the bombs in Phantom, yo.
Oh,
Is that
God,
the insurance
He
one?
is the bomb in Phantom.
Was Changing Lanes insurance
Yeah,
related?
Phantom.
Yeah,
and
I
like
think so,
someone's
yeah.
like
Yeah, I
wheel
love
fell
Phantom.
off or something?
Or Phantoms.
Yeah, someone like sideswiped and
Yeah.
that whole traffic thing.
Yeah.
road
I
ragey.
watched
Phantom was
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love Phantom.
Yo.
That is an awesome movie, dude. Yeah, but I don't consider that a Ben Affleck movie.
No, because he plays it low key. He
Yeah.
doesn't really come out as much as he usually does.
Yeah, what's the girl's name? Because that's the one who I think of when I think of Phantom.
Amy's?
Did you just pull out like a name and I was like,
He's starting with A. Where do you think this is going?
I thought you were going to go with B for like Brenda.
I do like Hugh Jackman's comments though today, as he was naming actors who may be able to follow up, or they were asking him who could follow up with
Yeah.
the role of Wolverine, and he named Tom Hardy. So like,
Good work.
as long as he's not talking like this,
Right.
the friggin' Bane voice.
I think someone who could do it but would never put in the time to bulk up would be James Franco.
Just Frank.
oh, it's Rose McGowan. That's why.
Rose McGowan.
Oh, yeah.
How messed up was that music video?
Oh, that music video was awesomely bad.
It was just weird.
I was like, am I watching a Marilyn Manson video? Because that's what it was screaming at me.
Because you're watching it, you're like, oh, she done fell off.
Yeah,
What happened?
She gone crazy. She misses her some Marilyn Manson, man. That's what
Which video are we talking about?
I don't know what it's called. Chad posted it in one of the hangouts,
Yeah,
and,
pay
I sent it to
attention
him. I sent it to him because I was like, what is this?
and then I was like,
Yeah, I started
her-
watching it, but
her
then I
cry
realized it
for
was
Manson.
pretty long.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it makes me want
Rose
to go home and
McGowan's
shave.
RM40.
I want to go home
Hey,
and
but
shave.
her boobs look nice though. I'm not gonna lie. Still,
Yeah, but
Those look like alien boobs now.
I don't
though.
care. Okay. I will get.
You know what?
down
This
with
makes me
some
want to go home
alien.
and watch Rising Sun.
It looks like she got in touch with a makeup artist, whoever does that guitarist from Limp Bizkit that always has all the freaking, like, crazy body paint.
Well, no,
Is she singing in this
because
video?
I'm watching. Yeah, she's singing. Because I watched Strain. You know.
I can see that what you're talking about
Yeah.
from the strain.
Yeah.
You don't have to leave it on. That's
yeah,
not good.
No.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
But,
saying.
And she looks 90 right now instead of
doesn't-
how
Well, when
old
we
she
saw her,
should be.
we saw her what this year or last year?
Last year.
Yeah, that looked bad.
Yeah. But still, I mean, like, you know, I'm all about experiencing aliens and ghosts and
You just want to get abducted and come back and tell
Dude, I
stories
would-
about how they had
I
their
would-
way with you.
No, I
You're
would
like,
have
no,
my
no.
way with them. Okay,
Don't
no,
knock
I'm not
me
even gonna
out.
play.
I
mean,
wanna feel the probe.
Exactly. No, I'm like, oh, you guys
won't
got
screw Betty
You
White.
guys got
I don't
me.
understand.
You guys got me. No, I got you. We're up here alone.
Yeah.
In this spaceship. You guys
Says
ain't
the
got
guy who
nowhere to
just got
run.
abducted into a spaceship.
Yeah, I'm gonna go after that ass. I'm telling you. Alien ass. It's on.
You know, I don't think we should
I-
make a movie out of this one. I think this one's a flop.
I would make Captain Kirk look like a punk
You know what? We'll put Ben
with all
Affleck
the
in it.
alien.
We'll put Ben Affleck in it. People watch it.
You know,
and every single episode of the show starts out of you looking at your dick going, what the fuck is that?
exactly. Hey, does this look infected to you?
Well, it's great because I watched a Star Trek: The Next Generation yesterday, the one where they roll up on the planet that doesn't have a gender. I was like, man, this show is like
I
30
remember
years
that.
in the future of what's
remember
going
that.
on
I
right
remember that
now. Like the social issues. But yeah, you should just hook up with one of them aliens.
Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong.
How would it
Dude,
sound?
that's actually why I want to do that spring, Old Town Springs
Ghost tour?
Ghost tour.
You want to trap you with ghosts and take advantage of it?
Yes, dude, I have this dream. Well, you guys remember in Ghostbusters?
Yes, I
right?
remember Ghostbusters.
Okay, so
It's just Ed walking down the street
Ray
and there's
got-
like apparitions like, I know why you mad. You ain't mad.
exactly.
I'm just saying.
I'm like,
It's
you know
been
what?
like 65 years.
They're only pissed because they haven't gotten laid right. So I'm like,
And you're willing to do that.
You said no to Betty White.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you'll
She wasn't
take
old enough for
on-
him.
I will take.
Right? She's too young. So Betty White in 20
Hold
to
on.
80 years, you're good.
So what about Betty White's ghost?
Yeah, it's on like Donkey Kong.
But it's like
because it's just weird, dude. I'm
Like
I'm weird like that.
everything about your character just says you're down for whoever. When
Right.
an alien walks up to you and it's like, so sex, and you're like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Wait, no, it actually have to be. Has anybody already had sex with that type of alien?
It has to be a first time.
Yeah, exactly. It has to be a first.
You
time
want to
thing.
plant the initial flag.
Exactly. So that's what I want to do.
'Cause you got- I can see,
if
like,
we
That
invaded
race or that
by
particular alien?
race. It has to
Oh,
be
really?
race,
So
yeah.
you want to be human first?
Yes, exactly.
You want to be Earth first.
I can
first,
see you
yeah.
answer that question like, I'm all about that seed theory. Let's go.
Dude, it's on like Donkey Kong. I'm telling you. I will.
I played Donkey
Rip
Kong
that
last
out.
weekend.
So it's
Yes, it's hard to talk after Ed talks about aliens.
it's a sex act while you're just hucking barrels of stuff. Jumping over
Donkey
fireballs
punching,
and
donkey punch. You know, that'd be kind of weird though. What happens if they don't like have a back of the head kind of thing?
Their eyes are just floating like a
Yeah.
foot above this nub of a neck.
Well, no, it could be like a gelatinous being, and its eyes just can like turn around. It's on. I'll still do it.
so what? You're basically gonna fuck Jello with eyes in it.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
So I don't think you're allowed to come to Halloween anymore because there's some like,
Right.
stuff randomly set around that you're gonna be like, oh, I'm down.
When I was a kid, the weirdest thing I ever saw was a dude try to have sex with an apple pie. None of these Jello aliens.
yeah, like
Try.
Ray from Ghostbusters. I saw that scene, and I was like, that's pretty cool. And then I heard about the whole Old Town Springs haunted tours, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, the day a friend of mine, the day this dude stopped being a friend of mine, we were all at Taco Bell after leaving a little football scrimmage, and we were talking about American Pie, and he disappears. Like we were talking about the
Did
comparison.
he go to the
between-
Atkins box and get an apple turnover?
Well,
when
we
they
were
had 'em?
talking. We were talking about something came up where I was all kidding around. It's like, hey, like a bean burrito would be like a good stand-in.
That's going in the other side.
Yeah, we're kinda like, so basically, he vanishes for like 10 minutes, comes back, and he's like, yeah, I can't eat Taco Bell anymore. I'm like, why? He's like, dude, it was amazing. I'm like, you are no longer my friend. Peace out. But yeah, he invented fleshlights 10 years before they happened.
Okay, so I used to
Was
work
it a
at
Supreme, sour cream and all? Or
I don't know. I don't.
because I'm not going to spend more than 59 cents on this date.
no, so
just wanted the-
I worked
the
at a
Frito
pizza
burrito.
place.
Oh.
Okay,
Basically, it's like I don't know. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I worked at a pizza place, and when you make the dough for the pizza, it's warm and it comes out nice and smooth. I had a friend who's no longer a friend, which is pretty weird.
Maybe y'all should hook each other's friends up.
I know, right? They should,
Yeah,
maybe
like,
it's the same.
You
guy.
like putting your dick in weird things. This dude likes putting his dick in weird
and
things.
this guy-
There's a meeting y'all should go to.
This guy was weird, okay? Because like he was, I think he was like 5 or 6 years older than me and my friends that worked at this pizza place. And he was also the guy who didn't have a place to live, kind of thing. So like he stayed with me and my friends.
yeah.
So he was that loser guy, but he was in a band, so that's why we kind of.
Oh, that makes up for everything.
Yeah, right. And so we're working there, and you know.
You play bass? You're hard to find. Okay, you can stick
Right.
around.
Yeah, and so you know we're closing up shop. You know, me and my boy we leave, and he's supposed to be like right behind us because we all live in the same duplex. And you know, like 30 minutes goes by. We're like, "Hey, man, where are you at?" He's like, "Oh, I'm still locking up." We're like, we
I'm
were
getting yeasty up in this.
I was like, we already closed up shop, dude. Hurry up, you know, because we're going to drink. That's what our whole thing is. We're going to
Yeah.
drink, you know, and
You need him.
Yeah, he's the only one who can buy it.
Right?
So, you know, we're like, okay, we're waiting. And then, so he comes back and he's like, you guys aren't going to believe what I just did.
Probably not.
And we're like, what? He's like, well, I was, you know, after you guys left, I was like, man, we need more large pizza dough, you know. And so those were 32 ounces dough balls, right? So he's like, I was like, I was going to make a batch. We're like, okay. and then it came out, and I put the oil on it, and it was really smooth and warm, and
This is bad.
yeah, and then we're like, did you the dough really? He's like, yeah, I wouldn't eat any large pizzas tomorrow.
You couldn't like cut around.
No, he did. He cut it out. Or so he says, right? He said he cut it out.
Why is this
threw
large
it
and
away.
medium?
So yeah, needless to say, we didn't eat large pizzas for a while because we didn't know how long that his dough was going to be there.
You didn't want to know how long his dough was.
Yeah, so we're like, yeah, we're not going to eat
I think
large
I'm
pizzas.
done with pizza.
I've had pizza twice today.
The legend continues.
Right?
So yeah, and then he stopped being my friend probably like 5 years later.
Oh, so he stuck around.
Oh,
a
you
minute.
gave him time. Okay.
Yeah, I gave him time, so nah.
So
Could you ever see him eating pizza in the same way again? Or did you
was-
giggle
he was
every
a
time he
weird
had a
guy.
pepperoni stuck to his chin?
No, you okay? With certain toppings, right? You kind of have to be kind of adventurous, I guess would be, or strange, right?
What the hell is happening right now?
No, I'm talking
What
about
kind of pizza have you been eating, Ed?
No, not me. Anchovies. I don't know how you guys feel about anchovies. Like for me, only like the weird people have to eat anchovies. You know, like
Okay.
usually somebody who orders anchovy pizzas, you know, they're like the
I love anchovies, but they do not belong on a pizza.
yeah. Yeah, no, on a Greek salad,
Caesar?
Caesar, yeah, for sure.
Yes.
But on a pizza, it's
No.
just really weird.
When you get the anchovy mixed into the pizza grease and it spreads,
Yeah.
you have an anchovy overload.
Yeah,
and you
so-
don't want that.
And he was a huge.
it's reached
he was an
maximum
anchovy
Can't stand no
freak.
more.
You know, so he would like open up 2 tins of anchovies and throw that on his pizza. So, I mean, if he's willing to do that and destroy a good pizza, and
he
then-
destroyed the good pizza when he stuck
That's
his
your
dick in it.
criteria. That's your criteria.
then he does that. I can't watch.
The
watch
dude
him eat pizza.
impregnated pizza dough.
Yeah.
But that's what
That's
lost him.
2 cans of anchovies, and we can't talk anymore.
We're done, man.
By the way, touch my fucking loaf in the oven, and you're sleeping on the driveway because my couch is off limits.
He's getting excited when he sees orders that are like supreme with all the toppings. It's like, oh, I'm gonna load that up. All right, man.
No. So yeah, he was weird.
I'd like to order a large pan, raw.
Can you go ahead and start making it now and just give me the warm ball?
Stuffed crust. Am I right?
Doesn't start out that way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we ruined many things.
There we go. I'm not gonna order stuffed crust pizza anymore.
Listen to our show, and you will lose weight. We promise.
Yeah, man. That's two big ones. We murdered pizza and Taco Bell. I mean,
I already forgot about the Taco Bell, but now,
Did you ever forget about Feces Pizza?
nope, haven't eaten there. And
Feces pizza.
Apparently, long story short, someone took a shit in a bucket.
no, not in a bucket. One like the ice cream little bowl.
With the bowl you get ice cream in. They took a shit in that, and they set it down next to between the arcades.
over by the drinks and ice cream.
So someone was watching someone else play an arcade, and they took a step in the CC's the feces pizza.
The feces pizza.
And someone made them ride in the back of their truck back home because they couldn't get the stench off of them.
Oh God.
I believe it's Trevor's truck, wasn't it?
I think it was.
I don't remember who stepped in it.
Who shit in the bowl?
We don't know.
know.
We didn't take samples and mail them off.
No DNA testing.
someone took a bowl in the bathroom.
Or someone
Or they
couldn't
just-
wait to get
they
in the
just-
bathroom.
They just copped the squat right between.
Or
the
they
games.
really
because
wanted to
there
get
seriously was only like 18 to 20 inches between the two arcade games.
Yeah, but they really.
So I mean,
wanted
if
the
I
high
had to pop
score.
a squat, someone could block for me.
Yeah.
high score,
And then we could get right out because there was an exit right around, like right
Yeah.
there. So it's feasible.
What we should have done, now that I think about it, is we should have gone and seen what the initials were for the high score, because that's probably who did it.
While mid game,
Yeah, they're just like,
first place is ass. I saw a lot of ass on arcades last weekend.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's for people who don't play enough to keep their own like real score. They just go with something like that. So I saw a lot of like top 10 asses.
I usually do.
AA.
Just because, whatever.
I usually put my initials in there.
Yeah, me
It takes too long.
Or Zod.
Mine's like right there. It's EWS.
You don't do that on arcade.
Yeah, that's
Well, I mean,
You got to do this like
yeah, you do it like that, Ed. that's how you play the arcade.
Well, if someone
It is coin op, and it's not a cow.
I have to do two, right? It's with two hands, right? So,
Oh, you got to hit the
Hasn't been
buttons.
an
You got to
arcade game.
slap randomly.
yeah.
the dairy simulator,
It's right next to Duck Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
I suck at that game. The shotgun's like 2 inches off. So if you aim at Kyle's face, like right here is where it goes.
You're gonna Dick
So
Cheney him?
if you aim 2 inches to the left of where you want to hit, it's still 2 inches to the right of where you want to hit.
That's how Area 51 was, but they fixed it last time I was there. Like
It played pretty well.
It worked well.
Me and Dan played it, and it was a lot of like shot, you know.
Well, that's.
so.
I mean, that's. I reload after 2 shots because I know how long I have till the next person pops up. But I think I got.
I killed 2 doctors.
I got 90% through before I finally lost. I was like, yeah, I'm not renewing that.
Yeah, it wouldn't let us press the button to get more money in there, and then as soon as it ended, like it popped up with 2 new players.
So wait, hold on. With this arcade place, do you guys have to put quarters? Your quarter?
No.
in it?
They all have a button on the front.
Okay, so
If you want to go, I have guest passes.
so it's just free games.
Just make sure you
basically.
wear your hat.
Everything in there is free to play. So you walk up to the machine, you identify what they did to hack it, where the button is. A lot of them now they're putting like a coin on the front with a button right behind it, and you just press the coin.
Yeah, but
some
there's
of them you have to press the
open up
release.
and-
Yeah, you open it up and there's a tray of coins. You pull the quarter out, drop it through twice.
Okay.
So it just kind of depends.
They
but
don't have a way just to hit
A lot of times the button.
and-
Yeah,
Some of them can be wired, some of them can't.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah,
but most of them have buttons.
I was wondering
really
about that.
need
I was like,
instructions, though.
I walked in
Yeah.
because I go to Killer Kaiju,
Yeah.
and I just walk past all the games because I don't care. But I was looking at the menu today, their little thing, and it's like $15 for a day. I'm like,
Yeah.
why am I going to play $15 to play video games?
Because when you go, you usually go for 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
And games nowadays
Well, I
cost
didn't know-
like $2 a piece to play.
Yeah, I didn't know it was free, so that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
And that's the thing is like
yeah,
with our
$15
memberships
for sure, man. I mean, I would.
Well, we do 25 a month. They can go as many times as you want in a month.
Yeah, and we can take 5 people with us throughout the month.
Okay.
I've only
So-
got 2 left for September.
So if you want to go, you let me know, and I got 5 of them left.
Yeah, we should go. Because
Yeah, the little-
September's about to end.
their pinball collection is actually quite nice. When's that pinball? There's a pinball convention coming
It's bigger
up.
now. They've added games.
The Pinball
recently.
Expo,
Yeah, the pinball expo,
November. I think.
November. Yeah, I'm looking to go to that.
That's over here in Northwest. What is that? The Radisson.
I rely on Garcia to tell
Yeah.
me. So
I
when
think Derek's gone to that too.
yeah,
I think I saw something on Facebook's.
Northwest is that way. Well, you pointed that way.
Don't get him started. He's like, if you're at my parents' house, we had this conversation. It was horrible.
Well, yeah, but it's Greens Point area. It's considered Northwest from Houston.
Greens Point is
Grand Point's that way. So
Okay.
you're wrong
Okay,
on
Greens
that's
Point is right there.
southwest from us right now.
Well, from us right now.
And
I was
that's-
picking up what you
that's
were throwing
southeast.
down northwest side of town.
Yeah,
I got you.
So it's over here. Okay.
Before the Great Wall of 99 goes up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's at that hotel. I can't remember which.
Isn't that where we had Houston Con?
No, it's not there.
the Hilton in
No,
Greens?
it's not the Hilton.
Okay, but it's in there. All the hotels are within like a block
it's,
of there, right?
it's the motels.
the motels.
Yeah, but
It's in a motel.
yeah, because it has. They
I'm
have
not
like
going.
they have a
It's the Radisson out.
yeah. It's like the Radisson or something like that. I can't remember which one. Which
Is it the one with the
motels.
green sign on the way to the old office?
No.
That's a Holiday Inn, Kyle.
It's bring your own mattress.
It's not
and,
a Holiday Inn. It has a flower. Like it's
La Quinta.
nope. It's an off-brand.
Super happy flower place.
Yes.
No, because we had a when I was playing Magic. That's where one of the tournaments we had was there.
Oh, I think I remember going to one there.
Yeah, like in 2005 or 4 or something like that.
No, this would have been
Or
like
6.
I would have gone to this one. It wasn't the Greens Point area, but this was like 95 or 96
Nah.
or something like that.
Nah.
This was way
Well,
early. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they've had tournaments there before. So
Yeah.
yeah I'm pretty sure.
Because it was a sketchy kind of scene. But it's like I'm expecting, because I was used to like the tournaments downtown,
Right.
And they actually got like a good turnout, and I was like, oh, there's one right around the corner from the house. I'm gonna go to that. Walk in, there's like 13 dudes.
Crown Plaza.
There you go. That's it.
Houston Northwest Crown Plaza.
Which direction again?
This is actually down 290 northwest, not in Greens Point.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So get your stuff
Northwest.
together when you start pointing in directions.
That's by my old by the old
Northwest
house.
is by the Cypress hospitals and all that over there.
whatever.
So.
Yeah.
Whatever. I knew
Your salmon-colored shirt and not knowing where you're going has wrote
I
your
knew where
man
I was
card
going.
for the day.
I knew where.
You ended up in Greens Point.
I
It's
would've.
some flower motel. That's what would have just happened.
I would have gone to the
with
flower
that
motel.
hat,
I would have gone to
and
the
you would have
rack.
got something like stuffed
that.
crust.
The Crown Plaza. That's where I. Wait, which one is this? This is Crown Plaza.
Yeah, that's not a motel.
I just
Houston
either.
Northwest, yeah.
I just want to say
Like, I've been to that Crown Plaza.
that joke had everything. That was a fantastic recap of the entire show so far, and I applaud the work it took to make that many callbacks. That was legit.
Oh no, it was great.
Yeah, I tried on that one. When you can apply yourself, kids, good things happen.
Memory don't fail me now.
That's all I got the rest of the episode. Yeah.
I watched Lost all the way through the end. I could put this puzzle together.
Oh God, don't get me started on that ending, man. I'm lost.
Still haven't seen it.
Oh, Haven comes back. Nice.
But what I'm interested in doing now is putting together a Raspberry Pi emulator arcade cabinet. Derek's bought all of the parts to build like these 10 bar top arcade machines.
Right.
And between he and Garcia, I'm putting together this mental map to put together a Raspberry Pi emulator machine because I think they'll make pretty awesome like Christmas gifts.
Yeah, they would.
So
Just to hand it like to my aunt who's like, you know, she was heavy into Nintendo. She bought me my first Nintendo, and to hand her was like, this is a size of a VHS cassette that has everything ever made for Nintendo. Have fun with that.
The program.
If you do that, you got to do it right.
And
You
all
get
of
the
the
Bluetooth
games.
controllers.
I know someone that has all of that because they have the arcade shells that
I've
they're
already
working on.
downloaded it.
Okay, so you have it already.
Yeah, I got it covered.
All right.
I saw it. I was like, that's it, done.
Yeah, it's like everything, and it's like, oh, that can fit on a flash drive,
Yeah, that's
an old
yeah.
flash drive.
Oh, then I don't have what y'all have because mine would not fit on.
What, the emulator and
flash.
ROMs?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, mine fits on the flash drive too. I have all the Sega Genesis, Sega,
Yeah,
and then all the Nintendo stuff.
Last time I checked my emulator folder, it was over 50 gigs.
like certain images, like the ones
I
that
think mine's
made.
like-
Every
I think
possible
it's a
copy
gig.
of everything.
Maybe a gig and a half is what I have right now.
Yeah, I can share.
Those games are small.
Yeah.
Yeah, certain images like it depends on the emulator and the engine that was running it. So like all the emulators for Nintendo and Sega and stuff like that they had for the original Xbox were massive for who knows why.
I have everything that said emulator. I have it all.
Yeah,
That's
I was
hard drive space is cheap.
Yeah, I was selective. I was like, if that's going to run it, I only want those ROMs that are going to run on that. I'm not going to waste my time getting everything else. But it's cool to have. Like, I was actually kind of disappointed that I found an old floppy disk.
You were sad about finding that?
I was sad at the outcome.
Oh, okay.
So
He couldn't get it to work.
I found an old floppy disk. I found a floppy drive somewhere.
Internal, external.
Internal.
Nice.
Internal. So I
have a USB one.
I did on one of the old machines at work. I was like, no one's gonna need this. It's just stuck in the machine, loaded it, and I was like, oh, it's all my old like MAME 32 things that I had in high school.
Nice.
And I go to load it up, and Windows 7's like, huh?
Format now, yes.
But I tried to like load the actual program, the emulator, and it just kind of goes like, not enough memory. Which was actually more like, you have too much memory, right? And I don't know where to put this program.
Yeah, no, after my grandfather passed, last year or the year before, I can't remember when, my dad brought me his old computer and like 4 boxes of floppy disks. He's like,
Yeah.
Can you go through this and see if anything's important? I'm like, really?
Yes, done.
Really, man? I'm like, all right. And then I'm like, I don't even remember how these things work.
You push it in. You wait 3 minutes for it to read.
Dude, yeah, it took that long. I was
And then you get part 1 of a 700-part file.
that's how it was too. Like my grandfather
zip
was
was
like,
all spread up,
My
barred
grandfather
out.
was really into like Bible sermons and stuff like that. So there was like every like 10 discs was a part of the previous 10s. sermon. So I'm like going through. I'm like, oh, there ain't nothing on these.
So every 10, you were thinking, why didn't he get a label maker?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they used to come with the stickers where you wrote on them.
I have
and stuff
Post-it
like
notes that look like floppy notes.
and they were so old, so most of them didn't have the stickers on them and stuff like that. So yeah, that was like the worst 3-4 hours.
Did you label them so you know what was on each one?
No, I just told my dad they ain't shit. Throw all this away.
If it wasn't on a zip disk back then, it was not important.
I was like, throw it away.
Someone asked me, actually it was Stacy that asked me for a copy of the Foo Fighters cover of Down in the Park.
Yeah.
And I was really tempted because it was the right size. I was like, if I can get this on a floppy drive right now, just mail it and see what happens.
Nice.
Yeah,
like
I got a
throw some old
USB
school stuff
floppy
back.
just in case. I wanted to upgrade to the USB 3 floppy, but
It's still not going to go any faster.
Pretty sure that's as useful as the Pet Rock USB.
Yeah. But that rock, have you been attacked by tigers? That rock's doing its job, man.
you rock.
It's like a little tiny rock couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, you gotta have faith in the rock, man.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that kind of looks like a.
It's an all-in-one. It's the Hyperkin Retro 3, and it plays Super Nintendo, Sega.
I would never pay $77.
But you have to also have the games.
Yeah, that's the downside of that. You have to have the cartridges. But for old school folk that really like to have the actual physical, the hardware to actually do it, this is kind of a cool all-in-one to make it happen.
Yeah,
Pretty sweet.
I almost bought
they
a
have-
Sega
yeah,
last
that's the
weekend.
Sega.
They had these at
Genesis-
Comic Palooza,
That's the Sega Genesis controllers, the way they look.
yeah, it's
so.
like, but they're wireless. They're wireless controllers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Have you seen the price of the games when you go to a con, though?
Yeah, the ridiculous.
Have you seen the price of the games when you go to a pawn shop?
No, I almost bought a Sega
Like,
and
forget the con.
a box
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
of
no,
games
that's
for
pawn
like
shops work
30
at
Pawn
bucks.
shop, yeah, for sure.
But
that or half.
I mean, if
price
you're
books.
looking for a good one, they're usually not at pawn shops.
No. you're not looking at the right
they
pawn
are,
shops.
dude. Yeah, you're not looking bright.
Yeah, you need to get out of the pawn shops in the woodlands and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Somewhere someone can't afford a Super Nintendo.
Like Derek's got the circuit down with all the pawn shops. He has found an unbelievable collection of games just out of pawn shops for cheap because like the pawn stores don't know what they are.
Yeah.
They just think like, oh, it's some old stuff, and you're like, I'll give you $1. Sold. Yes. That was an $80 cartridge. Done.
I know what to do with my change.
Right?
Yeah. he's got a wall of old Nintendo and Super Nintendo games. And he's putting together a Neo Geo arcade cabinet now, one of the 6-in-1s, and he's got he's amassing a collection of all the old SNK games. Like
Nice.
it's kind of impressive. Like those cabinets, those Neo Geo cabinets were rare to begin with, and especially the ones that had like the 6-up, 8-up, all the different games you could switch through.
Yeah.
And the one he's putting back together right now, I don't think he's got that much invested in it, but these are cabinets that are going for like $5,000 on eBay.
Oh, nice.
Because they're extremely rare.
Where'd he get it?
I don't know where he got his parts. He's sourced it out from different things, but it started off. I think he found one of the original Neo Geo cabinets somewhere in Houston, and someone was like, "I don't want it anymore. It's garbage. We're going to throw it away." So he went and got that. I think that was the story.
Spurred it.
Yeah. So yeah, he saved it.
Cool.
But that and all the hardware, like it's getting really hard to find the hardware that works because it's not really like. I guess the metals and stuff they use in them, they're not exactly like they rust really
They're
quickly.
Not plutonium.
Not plutonium.
Yeah.
Like old Donkey Kong boards live forever.
They're made out of plutonium.
I mean, yeah, unobtainium.
Unobtainium.
Yeah, had that old school, that stuff. But somewhere in like the 90s, we started making that a junk, and
Aluminum.
they decay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All I gotta still say is Ben Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms.
So what else is come on that's interesting?
Fresh off the boat started up again for season 2, which is
I don't know what that is. I thought you
I
were
know
just-
I know you don't because you guys
Why doesn't he know?
Zach was telling me
you guys
about
are
this.
all white. Yeah, of course.
But
Zach would be the one
that's
telling you
isn't
about
that
it.
reality?
It's a comedy called
No.
Off the Boat.
Yeah.
Fresh off
Yeah,
the
I
boat.
was
Like
like,
reality
Yeah, we don't even
TV.
care about the first word. The only show that starts with fresh is Fresh Prince.
Which
So
they're
when
bringing
Will
back.
Smith joins your show, you can call it Fresh
Which
Off
he's
the
not,
Boat.
because he's going to go to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air 2.
Yeah.
Whatever they're gonna call it.
It should change. Like everyone that left L.A. It should be like the Fresh Prince of Oregon.
No, dude, do the
know,
Fresh Prince
like
of Bel
Portland,
Air,
Oregon.
but he's in like Bel Air, Houston.
It's like East Portlandia, and everyone's just a little bit gangster, but still has money.
I watched the Supergirl pilot.
Has it come out? Oh, I guess that was the leaked one.
Yeah.
It was on my TV.
I haven't seen it yet.
Anyone else seen it?
No.
No, but I liked your synopsis of it.
Nah. Okay.
You're like, they got hoop dreams, but they're not really showing up right now.
It's worth watching, and it'll get your hopes up, but also it's going to be a huge letdown at the same time.
I've read a lot of reviews for it, and a lot of like Entertainment Weekly and those kind of places are like, here's all the shows to watch, and it's giving Supergirl an A-.
Yeah.
I'm like, from what I've heard, you're not passing.
The thing is, they did a lot with that pilot, more than most. So it can go a couple of ways. It can go Ally McBeal, like we
That's
all
every
thought.
show. That's every show after the pilot.
Right? And
Well, it could either get really good.
did
or
you
really
really
bad.
watch the pilot?
Yeah. Well, the thing is this pilot actually has a lot more in it, more than I expected in a pilot. Because normally they're trying to figure things out. This set up a storyline already, which normally they don't figure that out pretty quickly. They're just like, oh, it's going to be like this, kind of, right? So they already have a
So they just got to
long
sell the show,
storyline.
but it's got Warner Brothers money behind it.
Yeah.
So it's like we ain't got to sell anything right now.
So I mean, it seems like it could have a good season of story already if they do it right. I just hope if they continue with just the pilot, then it's too much every episode because they gave you a lot while still trying to be Ally McBeal. So, but yeah,
Ally McBeal is strong on CBS.
All right.
I would recommend at least giving it a shot. I think at this point, I think it's going to be worth trying out for a few episodes, seeing how it plays out.
Considering I've been sitting on this pilot for like 3 months now.
Yeah, because I mean,
He still hasn't sold me on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all felt the same way. We're like, when we saw it, we're like, oh, Supergirl.
Yeah.
Like, hey, it's in the comic book realm. That probably it speaks to us, and no one's watched it because like it ain't speaking that much.
Garcia and Charlie watched it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
and they did not say enough to make me watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Garcia didn't say
That's
much,
exactly
and
what
he
I-
watches Girl Meets World. So
And I watched the last like trailer they put out for it, and it was pretty cool. It had some cool music and some old school like Geistworks stuff dropping, like someone took acid. But then like it ends up with like an empty street and 2 buildings, and then Supergirl's profile, and then it ends. I was like, well, that told me absolutely nothing. And she was wearing what? I don't care if there's a cape. I can't, no costume, anything. She's 250 yards away in the distance. And it just, the music was cool. Like the whole sound, it kind of drew you in. And then you're like, oh, wait, there's a random girl walking down a street 250 yards away.
You're supposed to hype train the hell out of that, though.
Yeah.
Because you know what the title is. It's Supergirl.
Yeah, so I was like, man, you're really not wanting to make me watch this. So.
well, I mean, they had the outfit in the first one,
Yeah.
the first trailer. So I mean, we all know.
And
she
I've
has
looked
an
at the
outfit.
spoilers. I've seen her costume and all that, but like, no, I watch this on Normal People TV, a commercial, and this is what the normal people are watching. I was cooking dinner and something was on, and I see the commercial. I was like, huh, if I were super showrunner, I would have done a lot better with promoting the show than this. There's no content to
Like
it
you may have
whatsoever.
come up with a plot.
Yeah, like, well, you only got 30 seconds to a minute, but you got to do something more than some like hippity hop music for a minute,
Yeah.
and then a profile view of someone from a distance.
But that's the main.
That could be anything.
Yeah, but
That's
teasers
the
are real
big-
big with people for some reason. I hate them.
Well,
But-
that's the big problem that I see cropping up with a lot of these major A-line properties is that it doesn't have enough conflict and doesn't have enough, it doesn't have enough juice to sell me on like giving a damn about the character.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like if half the Avengers died right now, I could like good. Maybe we can get someone who actually has a story to tell.
Which half?
It just
You need to be selective about which ones you kill off
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. Which ones would you
Like,
want
they
to
didn't-
kill off?
They didn't really like give me enough of the vision to care.
Yeah, but I mean, they just.
I know they were just establishing that to like sell the toy and get him into the franchise, and the same thing with like a lot of the new characters. I'm like, so we've got mutants, but we can't call them mutants because Fox, but still she's there. Can't mention Magneto because other property, but she fucking does the she's gonna Stevie Nicks some bad stuff into your life, and okay, and there we have enough character development in that. Like all of a sudden she goes from like being a villain and she's like really pissed off about stuff, and then it's like I want to be a hero even though I'm scared, and that character development was
What
like
are you talking about?
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
Okay, I'm like, whoa.
We shifted from
Yeah, I took it
Look
off.
at you.
He's
It's
achieved
hot
his
up
final
here.
form. He's achieved his final form.
I thought you said Cheetah Waddle form.
Shaweedle.
Shaweedle form. Shaweedle
okay.
should be a Pokemon.
Throwback Thursday.
Every
So we're
Thursday.
talking about Scarlet Witch. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Well, not yeah. So
Well, they really weren't supposed to be part of the main story either. They were more of their intro into the realm before they were part of the Civil War. And that's what you have to understand about that movie is they had to build up to, unfortunately, the big movie is not the Avengers for this first set of movies. It's really Captain America Civil War.
Yeah.
So it does suck to a degree that movie
well,
was
the director
went
even
the way
said
it went.
the
but
director even said he was like Avengers 2 wasn't really Avengers 2.
no.
Captain America is supposed to be Avengers 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's like titles and whatever. It just
Exactly.
happened this way.
So, and that's kind of the way I'm looking at it is you got to look at it as a single property and which movie is going to transition you to the next phase. And that seems to be the Civil War one will transition to phase 2.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a set of at least one or two of each of the ones that remain. Obviously, I doubt we'll have much more Iron Man, but he'll show up in the group ones. But you'll have to sit through a couple that the character you like, the Thors probably aren't going to do a ton.
I think we have one more left.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those properties too. Like it didn't make me care about Thor, and then like the Natalie Portman, all the supporting cast.
Yeah.
I was like, just drop the island on them because I don't really need them.
I love the villains.
The villains were good, man.
they-
Like Loki stole the show for
Yeah.
like that entire thing.
Well, that other race when they're chasing down the ether, the Dark Elves, which that's what they call them, the Dark Elves. Those are very depictive of Dark Elves in almost any fantasy thing I've read. The blue tint to them, just the way they move, how quick they are. I thought they did a really, really good job with portraying them in a like advanced time when you usually
talking about the
associate
Kree?
Dark Elves
with medieval.
with medieval times.
Are you talking about? You're
Yeah,
talking about
you like
the,
that one too?
You're talking about the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were referred to as the Dark Elves
Yeah.
by.
Well, not even like the frost giants in the first one.
Yeah, they were
It-
cool.
I've been on that raid.
And that's really the ride I'm. that's really which way I'm going for on the Thor ones is I want to see more that happens on Asgard and on the other
Yeah,
planet. I
yeah.
wanted to take away from Earth, so you'll have Thor and Guardians out there that all right, we ain't got to deal with home Earth. Thor can come down for a Captain America movie or an Avengers movie, but I'd prefer their stuff to not be here.
They don't always have
Yeah.
to come here to have.
But it's
something
difficult to
interesting
tie
happen.
all the storylines together without them having some sort of interaction.
This is it's what I mentioned before about like when you start having all these characters in one thing, they start to lose their magic.
A little bit.
Yeah, like if you put Spider-Man amongst a god, a millionaire with a metal suit, super soldier, stuff like he kind of loses a little bit of the magic. If you take him out of Manhattan and you shoehorn in this other thing, it's like it's like it's kind of cool. He's a kid.
Let's see
He's
how
hanging
you
out with
do in
all
the
these dudes.
desert, Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's like,
Get from point A to point B in less than an hour now.
they're not Mario clouds and they're not solid. I can't weather them.
But yeah, I definitely see that. But I'm really looking forward to Civil War to see how it kind of closes and brings everything together on this phase 1.
Yeah, weren't they
we're phase
basically?
2.
Yeah, we are.
Are we
We're in
phase 2
phase
now?
2. We're in phase 2.
I still think it's phase 1.
So I don't think we're going to have Hulk in Civil War.
His
or at least
interviews
he's-
state that he is unsure yet. Well,
He was on
the
set.
Hulk has not been cast.
Yeah, Ruffalo.
Yeah. No, the character.
Bruce Banner.
Banner has been cast.
Yeah, he's already been on set.
So he doesn't know where his character's supposed to go yet. Which means he knows, but he can't say anything out loud.
But like,
more than likely.
you don't need him to act.
No.
He's a computer for that.
But I thought he's
It's like,
done
can you
a
make
pretty good
growly
job.
noises? Can you go Hulk? Okay, you're in. You're in.
Hulk's scary.
Hulk's scary.
And I'm wondering how Shield's going to go, and like if Shield's going to give any light to the upcoming movies.
I guarantee you it'll be
'Cause it's
involved in Civil War. I mean, it has to be.
Well, it's been involved. It was involved with Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the Winter Soldier. The movie really got me into Shield. Like that's what started me with
I would
like
say
actually watching
that,
it.
that Shield was involved with Winter Soldier more.
That it was or was not?
Was not. I mean, it had one episode where it's like,
It basically was all the character development and pre-story for the movie. I thought.
I don't think so.
To me, it changed like the dynamic almost. Like they were this big thing, and like it changed the story.
No, what it
Put it in a
what it
different
did was
direction.
kind of transition people who were watching the movie, and then transition it to the television show.
Well, and it compartmentalized Coulson, really.
Yeah.
When you think of everything else that was going on that led into the movie and the next, season and stuff, like he thought he was S.H.I.E.L.D. entirely.
Yeah.
When there was a much larger S.H.I.E.L.D. operating out there that thought they were, So if you think about those aspects as far as the movie goes, yeah, it's a very small part that it played.
Yeah.
But just I think
I mean, I like the nice little transition, because after the second half break, they're like, oh yeah, the whole city went up and was destroyed by gods and stuff like that, and then you see the next episode of Shield. I'm like, okay. I mean,
I wanted that lead in though. I wanted that lead in that like was kind of like our lives, where like they just call each other like, "Dude, are you watching Fox right now?"
Yeah. I mean,
None of our phones rang when this was going
cool.
off.
That was cool, but no, I don't think it really had that big of a impact on the storyline or the.
Well, I think the movie had the bigger impact on the TV show.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It did, because it bled those people who went to the movies and weren't watching the show because and it was like, oh hey, we just watched that movie last week. It's being mentioned on this TV show.
Right.
Let's find out what's going on here. So that's how I felt about that.
Well, weren't they? They were just kind of like stumbling along anyway until the movies happened.
Yeah.
So there wasn't much to develop because they even said at the con, the cast was like, yeah, we couldn't really do much story wise because this was going to happen, but our show started too soon.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they just sort of they had to episode it,
Yeah, I mean,
one at a time.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, like for most shows now, you have to give it some time to really get into them, right?
Yeah.
And like I said about Gotham,
most
episode
shows
4 or 5
aren't
is where
coming
I started
in.
getting in. Shield for some people, it took them pretty much the second half.
Yeah.
Is what they're like. Oh yeah, I like this show now.
Yeah. Well, most shows don't have to like exist with this epic, all this other stuff going on at the same time.
Right.
It's kind of like I would imagine it's probably something like if they try to come out with like a Star Wars TV show that happened in this very strict segment of time, then everyone's going to bitch if it doesn't include references to all these things. Like, you got that one wrong. You get that one wrong.
Yeah.
It's it's why we can't have nice things.
It is.
Yeah.
People like to read. If people didn't read, we'd be all good.
Oh, that's true, man. Because
Or just not get so bent out of shape over like a minor detail. Like a minor detail.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I get upset a little bit.
But like at the end of the day,
y'all
was
do.
it a good show?
It is a good show. No, I mean, I can separate the book from the movie.
You got to now. What?
Yeah, well, that was like halfway through last season,
Yeah.
so that's when they stopped.
There's still a few arcs they can remain inside the realm of the books, but
Yeah.
for the most part, like,
Yeah,
get ready.
they're on their
Like,
to now. So
the horse ain't wearing a saddle anymore.
there's no rider.
Has Fantastic Four made it
What?
to the internets yet?
Oh, no one cares.
Yeah, probably.
What do you mean?
Everyone's like, I was gonna upload it, but no one's gonna download it.
They tried to give it away, but no one took it.
Because I'd be surprised, like, if anyone at Fox was just leaking it just to see, like, well, we got like at least 3 downloads.
Right? Oh, Rotten Tomatoes went down.
And all of a sudden they're like, and no one's seeing it anymore.
Yeah.
It's really bad when you're at 7 and there's 100 votes and you're like, well, that sucks. Nothing's going to average out here. Just call it a loss. We made less than $2,000 on this movie.
Yeah. Well, even Kate Mara, when she was out promoting The Martian, someone made a comment. It's like, well, I haven't seen that yet. And she was like, no one else has either.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm actually interested to see that.
I'm interested in seeing it too.
Have you read the book?
No.
What for? Oh, The Martian?
Yeah.
I finished it like a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Yeah. That book
Is that the one with Ben Affleck's friend, Matt Damon?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about.
Did he just
They're
stay
friends.
out there from the last movie?
Yeah, he's stuck on another planet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the sequel to Interstellar.
What,
He's
what
just
movie
alive.
is this?
Interstellar.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It's
Yeah.
got like
It's-
three
watch it
cast
first.
members.
Watch that one first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you watch Interstellar and then see the first trailer for The Martian, you're like, what the? Like, before I knew what The Martian was, before I started reading the book, I saw the first trailer for it, and I was like, did they make a sequel to Interstellar?
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't think you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe.
Then the weird thing is, like Interstellar, you saw the trailer and you didn't know half those people were in it.
Yeah.
Then you watch the movie and you're like, oh shit, he's in it too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
You got, well, we've already trolled given positively.
yeah.
I really have no idea about this Interstellar thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You should,
I've seen
you
it
should go watch
thrice.
that. Yeah,
Really?
I've seen
Thrice.
it. I've seen it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, Chris Nolan.
Yeah.
It was his space.
pretty good.
It was Chris Nolan's
Is
Space
this
Jam.
is this the one with Matthew McConaughey
Yes.
crying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the crying.
Matthew McConaughey in space.
Yeah.
Huh.
He's a space cowboy.
Yeehaw.
And this is also the one with Sandra Bullock.
Some people might have called it Maurice.
No. Sandra Bullock did not Interstellar.
no, that's the
That was George
Gravity.
Clooney. Gravity.
Yeah.
Gravity.
Okay.
They made
seen
fun of
that
that on
one.
Modern Family once.
I have not seen that yet.
I haven't seen
No, I didn't watch
either.
that one.
My assumption is she's out there and then she's being pulled in.
Narissa is really big on
So
that.
I got it.
Those,
I think I got that story.
I think Gravity's worth watching. But
Well, it's funny when someone falls.
Wasn't it? It was nominated for like Best Picture or something like that, right?
Probably. Thank you. I'll be here for probably the next 5 or 10 minutes.
Neil's just gonna stand up and leave.
Right?
you have to take your mic out of the holder and drop it.
Right? Yeah, because
Give me a second.
that'll hold it up.
Yeah. Or you just tang the arm off the table. That'll work. But Interstellar is worth watching, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Gravity,
Okay, so
I think, is worth watching.
It's a little long,
It's
just to
Matt
warn you.
Damon and Matthew McConaughey and who else?
Yeah, but when
Other people, too.
Matty Damon shows up, you're like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, whenever he just pops up out of nowhere, and I didn't know he was going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But by now,
Yeah, he was
like,
not.
still trying to
he was
remember
not
the-
a
when
neat
it's
publication.
the
It's at a point in the movie
This
where
is-
you think the movie's almost over, too.
oh, dude, that movie kind of sort of ends.
the first time you think it's almost over.
Like
Yeah.
you're like, oh, this thing's almost
That
over.
movie-
Who's this? And then you're like, it's not almost over.
Yeah, that movie ends like 15 times.
Yeah. It's worse. Well,
This is
it's on par with like Lord of the Rings trying to stop between any of the.
But
the-
not bad like that. Like Lord of the Rings, when I watched that in the theaters and it almost stopped, I had to pee. And I was like,
Well, see, all those
Yes,
points,
yes,
you're like,
and then
okay,
you're like,
it
oh,
could,
no.
but like on Interstellar, it still needed a little bit more to end,
Yeah.
and that little bit more like never came.
Well,
So you're
it just
like
opened
45
more up.
minutes in, you're like, okay.
so Matthew McConaughey tries to save the world is
He has a Lincoln that can travel through outer space. His Lincoln commercials.
I didn't, I didn't start piloting spaceships because that was cool. I did it because
really
I
good.
liked it.
that's really good. Okay, I
didn't
that's
get blasted
available
through a
on,
black hole
like,
'cause I thought it
Netflix
was
or something
cool.
like that. So I'll probably watch that then.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Did any of y'all watch the Maze Runner movie when it came out a few years ago?
No.
I did.
I watched it.
I did.
So I watched it this weekend.
I did.
The new one or the old one?
The old one, because I want to go watch the new one. It looks good.
Should watch them backwards. It's the best way to do a maze.
Too late.
I thought, like, I saw
Yeah,
Maze Runner, I
it's
saw
from
the
the
trailer
end.
for it, and I was like,
saw
this
it.
is going to be dumb. I was like, I'll give it a shot, and I was pleasantly surprised. It was actually really good.
I really
So-
don't understand how everybody keeps on talking about how bad the first one was.
No,
Well, if you go into
No,
it
I didn't
thinking
say it
it's
was
Summer
bad at
Games-
all. Like, when I
No,
saw
no.
the trailer, I thought it was
There are
going to be
people-
horrible.
No, there's a lot of people who are like, Scorched Trials is way better than the first one because the first one was shit. And I was like, really? I didn't get that.
No, it's a very enjoyable movie.
I enjoyed
Yeah, it was good.
Was it better or worse than Percy Jackson?
Oh, God. I mean, I hate Percy Jackson.
I liked Percy Jackson.
I know he did. That's why I asked.
Sorry.
Oh wow.
What do you think on that though? The reason I bring it up.
I think it's better.
Better? Okay.
Yeah.
So they're doing a new thing at Santikos theaters for the new Maze Runner. They're doing 3 screens.
What?
Yeah. So you have 3 screens, so you can like look around, right? And I was like, I don't know how that's gonna work. And then today, while I was watching Elementary, like trying to sleep on the couch, I was flipping through the Facebooks, and the new Star Wars released a video, which I tagged y'all in, that when you move your phone around, it moves around. Well, not for you. Your phone's not good enough, apparently.
Yeah, which is retarded. It says like 4.3, and I'm on 5.
I don't like you. So you move your phone around, and it's like you're on the speeder.
If you see on
which
a
is
computer,
really
you can
awesome.
just click and move, and it'll show the different panels.
So after seeing that Star Wars commercial thing, I kind of want to go see the new Maze Runner with the 3 screens.
Cool. Go watch it. Let me know.
Who wants to go?
I'm kind of curious now.
Yeah. You're not going, obviously.
No, I have a hard enough time watching a whole screen on its own. I'm not triple on that.
I'm not good on gimmicks, man. Like, give me a story, frame it. Get a good director of photography who knows how to frame a scene. Just tell a story. I don't need a gimmick. Like, I keep thinking like
I'm just interested in how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm curious to see how they're going to do it too. But it's kind of like when you stop and think about like Oculus Rift in a movie. Initially, awesome. I want to live in that universe. It's going to be cool. But at the time, I'm going to be like, what happened over there? The plot that I was
Yeah,
supposed
that's
to
the
see,
problem.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Because I was like over here looking like, dude, the background looks killer. Oh, wait, what? I'm looking at the wrong thing.
You're going to have a headache with fish eyes all day long.
Well, the way that they showed this, I think it's going to be more of like you're watching it and it just shows like your peripheral.
Yeah.
Like it just like
so
you're seeing.
it's 2 drunk blurred screens.
Couldn't we have done that with the whole TV backlighting color change thing?
Yeah.
Like we could have gotten that feel.
Yeah.
I don't have to like refocus my eyes.
Are you
like,
looking it up? I assume.
Yeah, I've got an image of it.
Well, basically, they put the 2 screens on the right in 3D, and they don't give you glasses.
But I could see it if it was like if you had walls going at a 45-degree angle, but like you've got a 90-degree wall that
Man.
if you're
You've got a wagon-shaped room.
This sounds like those damn pictures I never got to see the
It's just like having 3 monitors and watching a movie, but you've got 2 extra monitors here.
but I don't.
but if
I don't,
you're sitting
I don't put
monitors
nothing
on
on those
your
monitors.
That's like trying to talk into the microphone. Over there.
He said over there.
I think like what you're saying, you're going to pay attention to like 70 degrees this way.
yeah.
And you're going to miss the 40 degrees here because of your focus is off
It's
center.
kind of like if you flipped on
But
the side.
depends on the-
This is why no one sits in the first 4 rows of the movie theater.
Well, the person that sits on those rows in this particular setup,
Always surrounded.
they're completely
Yeah.
fucked. They're just like.
Yeah, like if you
Actually, I
got,
sat
you
on
got
the
movie
second
happening
row last
behind
weekend.
Really?
I watched
Oh, how many movies
yeah.
did you watch last week?
only 2. I only watched 2.
Did you watch Cooties?
I watched Cooties.
How was Cooties?
It was enjoyable. It was shorter than it needed to be, but it was very enjoyable.
When I saw the post on IP Torrents, everyone was like, "Horrible, horrible." Glad I downloaded it. Horrible.
I enjoyed it.
It's available on Amazon.
Yeah.
So I was
You
just
can,
gonna rent
you can
it.
just prime it.
Yeah, just prime.
Voodoo has it too. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay for it.
The screen I was in for that one was, well, I have 4 free movie passes and some money things because I brought a flask with me, of course, and I watched Black Mass first, which I didn't have a whole lot of expectations going into Black Mass, but I like the actors, crime stuff. There were some reviews online basically saying that it was too spread out, too many story arcs, didn't close anything out. Yeah, it was a little hit or miss all over the place. You didn't really get he's a badass. Like you didn't associate with the character. You didn't like or hate him kind of thing, which usually in a movie like that you're going to. And the ending was really, really kind of weak. Okay. But I thought overall it was shot pretty well. A lot of people were distracted by the fact that his forehead never moved.
Yeah.
Well, they had to age him so much that there were spots on his face that like you can tell he's like smiling and he's trying to like show enthusiasm, and it's just from like the tip of the nose down that's happy, because he's got these like really blue contact lenses in, so you're not getting much from his eyes because they're like really big. So there was a lot of like facial expressions you were missing because of that, but it wasn't horrible. Like a lot of people complained it was distracting. It really wasn't.
It wasn't like American Sniper.
No.
Fake baby bad.
No.
I still haven't watched that movie either.
But yeah, so I bought my Coke, or someone else did because someone else got charged for it. One of the other people that I came with.
Yeah.
And I just pour some Kraken rum in there because you got to represent Kraken. And I chugged that down. First movie ends, I go out to smoke. We got like 10 minutes before the next movie starts, and I got everything laid out. You know, all the lights are off. Movie's about to start, and I asked for a refill because I just carried the cup from one theater to the other. You can do that. And when he came back, he set it on my phone and spilt it all over me.
Oh.
So yeah, this massive Coke.
Oh.
And then like he comes back with a bunch of paper towels and then never returns. So like the main thing about it is I've got like wet from the waist down, like coldness. You know, like I went to the bathroom and like used the little like blow dryer thing after I had to pee because you really have to pee when from the waist down it's cold. But like I'm freaking thirsty, man. Like you never brought me the Coke you didn't spill on me. So like I'm sitting there waist down, like soaking wet, thirsty, and I have to pee. And this kid shows up for like 30 seconds and was like, "Hey, dude, sorry." And like puts this stack of cards in front of me. It's like 4 free movies, 2 free meals, like all that. But I'm like, "Hey, I want a refill." I'm still because I mean I asked this thing before the movie even got started. So like 2 minutes after it goes dark, I'm wet, and not when you really want to be wet.
You are.
like if you tapped my leg, my hand stuck to me, which really doesn't help the image people are getting right now.
So you were the theater floor.
And the bad thing was we were
an
on
action figure. Like I took it out of the package. The action figure that he got, I guess the loot crate was it?
No. That was in a random box I bought at a random box.
That guy?
Yeah. He's like,
Don't know who the fuck it is.
He asked me like, "What is this?" And he's like, "Oh, you can open the package. Open the package." The first sensation, I was like, "Why is it sticky? Why is it sticky?"
I'm like, I'm kind of glad he opened the package instead of me, because.
But yeah, we sat on the second row or the first row. I don't remember. I think second row. Of course, this theater only held 62 people.
Yeah.
So Cooties was in a theater that was only 60 people on opening weekend.
Yeah.
But that theater was full.
That's the only theater that's showing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad I got free tickets to that theater that weekend.
Yeah.
But it was enjoyable. I mean, it was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. I think it would have been more entertaining had they beat a bunch of kids up in 2 other towns as well, not just their town. So...
Yeah. Awesome.
But yeah, you'll like it.
Yeah. So the whole thing, was it for the whole weekend or was it just one day?
It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Really? And you only watched 2 movies?
Yeah.
Not committed.
I had wet pants.
For one.
For 3 days, you had wet pants?
Yeah.
Friday night.
If you didn't change your clothes after this, we got to talk about your personal hygiene.
Friday was Brimstone night.
Oh, okay.
Saturday was dual feature, then arcade. So after 2 movies, we went to the arcade. And then Sunday, I don't remember what I did, but it didn't matter. I remember there was football on for a little bit.
Not sticky. That's what he did.
I know I beat Civilization twice on Sunday. Yeah.
Which Civ?
5.
5? Okay.
Yeah. Today, I don't think I'm going to start from scratch and beat it because I'm not going to get home till like 11.
Yeah.
But
Dane played that a little bit this last weekend, too.
yeah, I saw him on Saturday, I think.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yep.
I don't know how to transition it, but on the screen that no one else can see, but I just posted the link to our Facebook. That's a monkey that looks like Wolverine.
Nice. That monkey does look like Wolverine.
So I think Hugh Jackman
Wolverine was a
saying, if Hugh Jackman saying that Tom Hardy can play Wolverine, I don't think he's seen this monkey yet.
Or he has, and he's not holding Tom Hardy to any standard.
Yeah, I think we go back to the short Wolverine. We go extreme on it. Make him a monkey.
Is the monkey Wolverine sucking its own thumb?
Maybe he's cleaning their claws.
That's not smart once you have claws.
He's got adamantium monkey bones. He can do whatever he wants.
Could you kill yourself if you sneezed into your claw?
No, he can't die.
No, because he'll heal himself.
Around his own weapon?
Well, I mean, you pull it out.
No, you die immediately, and then...
He got shot.
It'll push it
He
out.
got shot in the
It'll
brain.
push
He
your
didn't
hand
die
out.
immediately.
Yeah, it'll push out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't adamantium. It was whatever kind of bullet.
Well, Wolverine
It went through.
90, I think that was the issue. Wolverine popped the claw through the middle of a Sabretooth's head, and just made him a little bit woozy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like healing factor's probably legit.
Oh, yeah, it happens.
Yeah. He just kind of forgot he lost himself for a while, had to go on a mission of like self-adventure. He was like, I don't know if I can Sabretooth anymore.
He should have moved his hand around a little bit, kind of made it a little longer. Just scramble the brain a little bit more. It's going to be like 6 months, not 3.
Like, this hole through your skull is not good enough. Let me just waller it out a little bit.
We were talking about not knowing where the hell you're usually going when you start talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
Mike, you've been very quiet.
I like that your little mic rubber matches your shirt.
It does.
Yeah.
That's very cute.
And your headphones. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know, like Mike is probably avoiding some solid points right now just so he doesn't get called out by Kristen again on the Facebook page.
Did you ever go back and read that?
I went back and read it, and I was like, okay,
missed
I can
something.
respond. And I was like, wait, I'm not going to sign up for Facebook just to respond.
She had some valid points.
She had some, but she also had a lot of places I could respond to.
Well, how about we address them right now?
I apparently missed something.
Yeah. So what's going on here?
Well, the last time he went on that Star Trek rant, Kristen replied to his rant on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see if I can find it.
I can find it.
Well, I know there was talk of you're trying to compare military vessels to an exploration vessel.
Yes, but at that point, the Enterprise was a military vessel. It wasn't. This isn't the Enterprise D with families on it. This was when they just came out of the Klingon War. Actually, this is in the alternate universe. So this is when they had an enemy that was going around destroying their ships randomly that they didn't know about, and they were really beefing up. That's why J.J. Abrams made Enterprise twice the size of the original.
Yeah.
So this was a military vessel. Yes, they were exploring, but this was still a military vessel.
But could it be twice the size of the previous one if you had to like crawl through spaces and duck into rooms like you do on a submarine?
Well, I'm not worried about that so much. Is that your spaceship would have integrity, that you wouldn't have these huge open areas where you would fall when the gravity kicks off and then back on again. Where if it was,
And you're talking primarily about that multi-floor, massive, like 70-story.
No, I'm not talking about engineering, because engineering, you're going to have large spaces, although it was a little bit larger than before. But they had walkways in the halls where they had multi-story, looks like a mall.
But that's the same kind of bravado anytime you invent something new.
Yeah.
It's like, is there any chance that like all this like 40-foot ceiling is going to be a problem if gravity ever shuts off? It's like, no, dude, this gravity's on lock, man. We got it perfect. we're the lowest bidder. We got this contract. We're good. It was like Lockheed designed the Enterprise. Like, nah, we're good. The Concorde was a success. We're good. It'll never burst into flames.
Yeah, it was good. You should go read it.
I found it.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to read that off air. That's a lot of reading.
That's wow. You pissed her off. Yes. There's a
And
screenshot.
She got pissed at me for saying that DS9 was my favorite instead of the original series.
You weren't the only one.
I love the original series, but you have to realize if you're looking at a series, you have to put in the third season, and the third season had Spock's brain and some of the worst episodes ever. I mean, yes, the first 2 seasons, if they'd stopped after 2, it would have been the best.
I'm a Deep Space Nine guy myself too. Like that's
Deep Space Nine had a story going through it, a story arc continuing.
Yeah, I understand that.
A really cool lore.
It's still TNG.
Yeah.
DS9.
No.
Next
OST.
Generation.
Yeah, Next Generation was I
love Next Generation. Well, some of them.
It was great, but it was very episodic. It was very isolated.
Oh, we
episodic
lost
versus-
YouTube
Did
again.
we? Man,
I was going to end this like 6 minutes ago.
I know.
I
we were
even
right on the
gave a
border.
verbal warning, like
You didn't get to show
nonchalantly.
him
I
your
was
thing.
like, I'll be done in 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
We'll I guess we'll have to get to it on another show since we're now without video.
yeah, people can't see.
So it's a podcast.
They can't see this now.
Yeah. We can wrap it up with the.
Why
the
are you
threesome
doing
within the next
that?
10 minutes.
Put it away. Put it away. I'm scared.
This is what happens when the lights go off.
But yeah, well, the original series very episodic, or the Next Generation very episodic, very isolated per episode, which is what you would expect from a TV show like that.
Right.
But I liked the continuity of Deep Space Nine. I liked the story in Deep Space Nine. I liked a lot of the elements in the show. Really liked that above every other Star Trek series.
So, are you guys Captain Sisko more so than everybody else?
I'm not rating characters. I'm rating like this.
Cisco was awesome.
Was he though?
I really liked Cisco. Yeah.
He wasn't awesome. I have a problem with Cisco.
Why? What?
Because he's not a real.
Was it
captain.
because the thong?
He was a
song?
captain. He was
Thong.
he was brought
I
down to
was gonna
commander
go. I was gonna go the Cisco from Flash.
when he took over the space station because he was a captain.
No, I remember all this. I mean,
Okay.
See, I can't even remember much of Deep Space Nine, so I gotta go.
I mean,
That's
you were
pretty
like
much the only
5.
series I can remember a lot of.
Oh, see, like I remember
I've
Even
watched
though
it
I've seen
once.
probably every episode of Next Generation 5 or 6 times.
minimum. Yeah.
And reruns don't ever stop.
No, they're on BBC. I watched 3 of them yesterday.
They're on
Just
Netflix.
'cause I was
Whenever I
bored.
don't know, it's just like Luke Picard.
Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't get into the storyline. I think when they start adding unnecessary, weird-looking alien races,
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Is when
that
I
one
really
that ran the
kinda-
bar. What was his name?
Oh,
But the
Quark.
Tribbles.
Yeah,
Quark.
But perfectly cool with the
Yeah.
Tribbles.
oh yeah, those are fun.
Yeah.
He had some good.
Yeah.
yeah.
He was
the
annoying.
giant
As it-
ears
yes.
and
as it got farther in, it
Yeah.
got better.
I remember that
Season
guy.
3 on is really where
It looks like he was sitting in the front of a bus next to Alf, and they both hit the windshield,
Hey,
and Alf's nose went into this thing's ears.
Next Generation started the
Yeah.
They just took it off. Took
Yeah.
off with the.
well, because I think
Whatever.
that particular race actually showed up in Voyager, wasn't it?
No, no.
Which race was that?
The big ears.
I didn't even watch Voyager.
the
Or
Ferengi?
the one
Yeah, the
after
Ferengi.
Voyager.
Yeah.
They started off in
The-
Next Generation.
Enterprise.
Did they?
Was that?
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
first
they were-
season, I
I
think.
did not watch
Next Generation.
Enterprise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were established very early on.
They
and
weren't often enough though.
No,
I don't
It
remember
didn't.
them.
I mean, there were a lot of alien races that
when you
that
put them
were
on the
established
damn
but didn't pop up that
station,
much.
you got to see them every episode. It's
Yeah.
like, you're
But I
That's really what it was for me. Is I didn't like the constant. You had the crew and all that on any of the exploration type, but the episodic things. That's why I've been a huge fan of Supernatural for so long. Is of the 24 episodes a year up until the last few years, you usually got at least like 8 or 10 just filler, enjoyable, campy episodes, and
which is why we like Stargate.
yeah.
Well,
It's
Deep
just-
Space Nine did the very same thing. They had like a time traveling episode where they went back to
saw
the
that
original
one.
series.
The
and
Tribbles.
The Trouble with Tribbles.
That was awesome.
Or was it that? That was
Yeah.
yeah.
It was like more trouble, or
More trouble, something like that. It was some crap.
The Tribbles, I never was like, that's just the cheap way out. They're like, put some hair in a ball, throw it in there. That's the villain.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about like a '60s TV
but
series
that-
that had no money.
Yeah.
that set up the explanation for why Klingons look like humans in the original series, and then different everywhere else.
Yeah.
That started that, which
Yeah.
was resolved in Enterprise.
Huh.
Yeah. It's like we need a new alien. You got
Wow,
some
you
brown
watched
paint.
Enterprise too?
Yes. No, that one
Scott
didn't get good
Bakula.
till the 4th season, which is the last season. But the 4th season's awesome.
So if you want to watch it end,
No, the 4th season is where they go back and they explain the Klingons. They go back and they work with the genetics like Khan Soon, and they have Brett Spiner doing all
Yeah.
that.
Data.
Yes.
Well, do what created him.
Yeah.
What created Data?
The dude that created him. Yeah.
Oh. That's what's in this show.
Yeah.
Meh.
Because God complex. I'm gonna create you in my likeness. All that stuff.
Oh, so they took Bishop from Aliens and they just reversed it, huh?
Yeah,
much.
kind of.
Yeah, because I mean that's what happened in Alien Resurrection. I think.
Yeah.
Lance Hendrickson
But-
just came
Well,
out
which
and was
came
like,
first?
I made you."
Mhm.
And
I think
then
it was
also
Alien
made-
3.
and I also made her.
Yeah, you saw that they're throwing away the whole thing with Prometheus too, right?
yeah,
Throwing it away. I thought they were.
They're
were
making
expanding-
it,
They're making Prometheus.
But now it's an
3.
alien movie.
Yeah, it's named
Well-
Alien. Hold on, I've got it up here.
I thought the third one was supposed to tie into
Well,
Alien.
no,
No, it's-
was supposed-
Originally, the third one was.
Well, originally,
changed it.
this was supposed to be like the whole prequel to Aliens.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it
no
was-
more.
yeah.
It's no longer going to be Prometheus. It's Alien Paradise Lost.
I think that
Is it a reality show?
Is there extravaganza? Like,
they're trolling us right now.
Right.
If that's what it's called right now.
So far, that's what Ridley Scott
I don't
said.
understand.
trolling.
I don't understand the people that bitched about Prometheus in the first place.
No, it was good.
Like it was a good movie.
Yeah, it was good.
It was
movie.
kind
They're
of
like,
disjointed.
it didn't have enough aliens in it. We wanted.
That's kind of my son is actually. My son doesn't like the fact that it didn't have enough aliens in it and that it looked too modern, whereas in the future you will see something that looks so old. And I kept trying to explain to him, this is the top of the line ship that they're in, whereas that's just a mining ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 80s.
Yeah.
You know, the future was very greasy and gray.
Okay, hold on a second. Aliens, all of these, sci-fi or horror?
I would say sci-fi, even though there are horror elements and it's more, it does have that suspense, and it's still, I think, sci-fi.
Really?
Horror-fi.
Horrify? What about you?
I'm probably in the horrify.
You?
I think
I
it's,
can go with the horrify as well, just not horrify.
I think it's got to start being sci-fi overall, but then it would hit a subgenre. Of
Well,
horror.
yeah.
Like it's not straight horror, but it
would
has
never
an element.
You would never wake up in the middle of the night wondering if there's an alien in your room.
Yeah. Unless your butt hurt.
Oh, good lord.
E.T., why is your finger glowing?
No, it's just because I had this conversation with somebody else, and I consider it more a horror also than sci-fi.
I mean, it is scary. I watched the first one, I think, when I was 11 or 12, and I watched it in a mall because it was on like a Radio Shack TV.
Oh,
wow! Staying there and watch it, so it wasn't too scary for me because you're.
You're surrounded by
People
not,
and
you're
lights.
not in the dark. You're not sitting
Well,
there.
it definitely has sci-fi elements to it.
Well, and that's the thing when you're not waiting for a clown or for a dude in a mask or with these metal finger kind of things that technically could exist.
I
in
thought
our
it was
realm.
I thought it was more horror than sci-fi.
The first one was more horror. The second one was more action adventure. The third one was trying to get back to the horror, but really,
And then AVP was straight sci-fi.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree with that.
Yeah.
AVP,
Which is realistically probably why I like that one
the most.
Yeah, that's my
some
favorite.
of the most.
Really?
Well, the original is my
love,
favorite.
I love Aliens, not Alien. Aliens.
You like two?
Yeah, I like two.
I like
Space
one.
Marines, man.
I like one, and then AVP is my
Game
second
over,
favorite.
oh,
man.
what's his name is
Yeah.
going to be back in the new because besides these prequels, there's going to be another
Yeah.
Alien after, and they're discontinuing 3 and 4. They're no longer part of the
Prometheus.
what do you call it? The
Continuity.
continuity. Thank you. And they're bringing back the Marine
Oh, Hicks or
Hicks. They're bringing back Hicks. They're bringing back Sigourney Weaver.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. That's cool. Okay.
As long as we don't try to do Cameron. As long as we don't try to Avatar it.
That'd be fine.
Please don't Avatar it.
Yeah. I think we're gonna wrap that up
I
because
still
we'll
don't
lose
understand
steam.
how popular
Yep.
how that movie was popular.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Oh God, no! I have
you never
no
saw
idea.
it you didn't see. Did you see it in the theater in 3D?
No, not in 3D.
That
'cause I
doesn't
don't
matter
watch
to me because
anything in
if you
3D.
if you create a story that can only be told in one format, you're a shitty storyteller.
If it can only be told in 3D.
It's like, did you see the tail come at you? Because that made that offset the struggle of the aliens, okay, and really made you feel like I could Ferngully too, man, like any second, man.
You could Ferngully 2 or Ferngully also.
Yeah,
Ferngully.
but yeah, we've already ranted about that. We're 2 hours, man.
Yeah.
This has been a big one. This is when we get a full house. We go forever.
Biggin.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Yep.
until next time, theme music, peoples.
I didn't even bring up the Big Lebowski sequel.
The dude.
No, it's Jesus.
Okay. We need more Turturro.
Yes.
Give me something creepy, Ed.
Love you so much. Touch me.